All right, are you guys ready for this?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys are ready for this because this is going to blow your mind.
That dude in the hairpiece the whole time, that was Bruce Willis.
Nice little tie there, man.
Yeah. All right, guys, I'm done.
Drop the mic.
Leave it on a high.
That was gold. That was solid gold.
Gold, Jerry.
It's gold, Jerry. We're gonna do a Seinfeld episode too. That's on our list.
Oh, we better.
Absolutely.
Take two. Welcome to season 2,
Fuck that.
season 4, episode 4 of Culture Copia podcast.
You should leave all of that,
And
and you should
just
splice all that
splice it together.
Absolutely,
I can do that.
Absolutely, do
Yeah.
it. Do it. We got a full house today.
We do have a full
Yeah.
house. We're covering Friendsgiving,
Yes.
and in this episode, we're going to be talking about football and beer.
The
and
not lost episode.
the not lost.
Yeah.
So the voice you just heard and the ugly mug that you saw on camera was that's Jim from One Beer at a Time. He also did every episode of our Play for Blood series on the action films,
including the one that got 10,000 fucking views,
dude,
baby.
it was a fluke, but yeah, we'll take it. We'll take it. It ups our numbers. It ups our numbers.
It's not a fluke. It was
But like Rob said, we're talking about beer and football. So that's they kind of go together when it comes to when you think of Thanksgiving, and so we figured what better way to do that than to have some friends on who know about beer. Maybe not so much about football. Maybe one of you.
Yeah.
You not so much.
I mean, Joe played high school football, and he's a good
Who
football
didn't play
player,
high
but
school
I don't
football?
think he follows football like I do anymore.
And who Jim was referencing and gesturing to an empty space. That is our other friend from One Beer at a Time, Joe, who
He is a ghost.
He is he is running late, but he'll be here. But we're on a tight schedule, so we're starting up. Other than that, man, Culture Copia, we've been doing this for a little bit now, and Casey was our newest guy. Greg's here with us. He's one of our oldest guys. And Nate over there in the corner. Nate, we love you. Thanks for coming back.
Good to be here, buddy.
We missed you last time.
They're older than me.
Hey, no.
Oh.
Anyway, since Casey's bitching about it, let's start off with
thirsty.
We had Jim bring some beers
with you. I was
along.
ready.
If you're not familiar with One Beer at a Time, they do beer reviews, and so we're gonna kick it off with a little beer review. What do we have here, Jim?
So I'm gonna I brought a couple of beers. We'll crack them open throughout the episode. We'll pepper in a couple of the beer reviews to kind of tie in the OBOT thing. What I grabbed here is Garage Beer. It is not a local St. Louis beer, but it is a Midwest. And part of our thing on OBOT is we try to highlight anything local, but if it's not local, we're trying to at least stick to the Midwest, adjoining states, stuff like that. Garage Beer, I figured it would be a nice palatable way to bring something different to the show. It is a small batch light lager. So one of the things that's become more and more popular in craft beer is making beer that non-craft beer drinkers will enjoy. So I brought you a light craft lager, something to start on. It's only 4%. Honestly, it is. I mean, take a taste. Let me know what you think. But
Greg already went for it. So
personally, it's a crushable. It's a fucking garage beer. It's exactly what it claims to be.
Okay. I like it.
And Greg, how's it looking? You've got the cup there. You can actually see it floating.
Very
Okay,
nice.
like a light
Golden.
beer.
Yeah, I mean,
Golden,
nice golden
It's got
hue.
good value.
Yeah.
yeah.
It is very simply a better light beer. And this has become, if you follow One Beer at a Time, you'll hear Joe and I talk about it a lot. It's become a really popular thing now to do. For years, the craft beer thing was how hoppy can we make a beer?
Yeah.
Like, how skunky can we make it? We want to make the fucking craziest, hoppiest, fucking pucker-up beers we can make.
Yeah.
And now, people are like, you know what? Let's make some crushable, hang out, good drinking.
That's exactly what this is.
This is perfect. You just cut the grass, crack open a garage beer.
Yeah. No, this is good. This is actually going to be.
I actually like it.
I'm going to add this
Saying a lot.
to my garage fridge inventory for sure.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm getting a little comfortable over here with Greg.
I hate it.
alright.
So while we're on that
Have a
subject,
few
I
more,
want to
buddy.
bring
Hey.
I want to bring one up.
Made me jealous.
that I couldn't find. They don't carry it at Deerberg's. I know they carry it at Schnucks, but another one, if you boys like a crushable beer like this, find Montucky Cold Snacks.
Okay.
I like
It's on Obot. We featured it on Obot. It is one of my favorite just like session drinking beers. The name of the company is Montucky Cold Snacks. That is the only beer they make. It's not. They don't have a bunch of other shit. They make one beer, and it is a crushable summer lager beer that is just fantastic.
Perfect. Let's go through your rating system on Obot. So I want these guys to actually do like a full review and rating of it.
So we do a very simple rating system. We do it for idiots and savants alike.
So someone asked us recently, is it like a
3-star?
A 3-star, and you said no, and I said yeah, it is.
It kind of is. You're not wrong. It kind of is. So our grading scale is pretty simple. We have okay, and fuck yeah. I will say that within okay, you can have a little bit of a scale inside of okay itself where it's like strong okay to where you're like, that's good. I just don't know if it's a fuck yeah. And the best way to put it is fuck yeah, I'm seeking that beer out. I'm going and finding that beer. It's going in my fridge. I got to have it again.
Yeah.
Okay or strong okay is if I see it at a bar or I happen to stumble upon it somewhere, I'll grab it. Is not for me. And then there is one other rating that we've only given to one beer ever. And that's the goddamn Bog Myrtle from Old Bakery. That was the grossest fucking thing I've ever drank.
I don't think Jim can go an episode talking about beer without bringing up the Bog Myrtle back.
I can't.
I don't think so either. I've heard about it plenty of times.
It's the
at this
worst
point.
fucking thing I've ever drank.
I feel sorry for Joe having to hear.
What was it,
about
like
I'm
black
sure.
licorice beer or something?
It's kind of. It's made from some sort of fucking weed called Bog Myrtle. Like it is an herb called Bog Myrtle, and it tastes like swamp water.
Yeah.
It was fucking horrible. And I only bring it up every episode when we talk about the scale, because I will say there has been one beer that fell outside our whole scale.
It's like Poe in Kung Fu Panda. And, he's like talking about like level 0.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm like, where's he going with like Kung Fu
now-
Panda?
Yeah, it's our level 0.
Level
like,
0.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'll kick this off then with I'm gonna give this one a big fuck yeah. I've actually never had this before, even though you've had me try a lot of different beers at this point. But I agree with you. This is just it's just a great light beer. It's something like you said. You just got done cutting the grass. Or you're hanging out in the garage, whatever the fuck it is. For me, sitting around watching some hockey, like I'm gonna crush a couple of these.
Right.
Even though we're talking about football today, I'm still a hockey guy at heart. But let's say I'm watching a football game. Sure, I'll watch some football, and I'm gonna crush these too.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna seek this out. I'm gonna find out exactly where you got these from, and then probably gonna take the rest of this case that you brought, and then
your local grocer.
no, okay, cool,
Yeah.
Well, I'm just gonna take what you got. It's easier.
You're all that,
What about you?
I give it a fuck yeah. I'm not a big
says
beer
fuck
guy,
yeah.
but that's good.
I
I can crush those.
I'm gonna tell you, and everybody like our audience, if they don't know by now, Greg's very easy to please. So you'd be hard pressed to find something Greg's not just gonna be like, fuck yeah, I'm down. Like,
I mean, beer's not my thing, and so
so coming from like
something about black licorice, so he definitely doesn't like Jaeger.
oh hell,
I don't like Jaeger either.
Oh, man.
Jaeger's
Jaeger,
disgusting.
Because he literally was just saying, "Oh, it doesn't taste like black licorice." I was like, "Oh, Jaeger."
I don't think
that's probably the most appalling flavor.
I don't
in
think
my
I've
opinion.
tried Jaeger since I blacked out on it.
Okay, so a side point, not to derail, but who here actually does like Jaeger?
I
drink it
did.
occasionally, but it's not something I go to the bar.
Will you
for.
really?
Like if there is a Jaeger slide with the ice set up and that shit, and they've got cold Jaeger shots, I'll get in on a cold
Leave it to
Jaeger
Nate.
shot.
Leave it to Nate.
You know what?
Yeah.
I'm actually going to piggyback on that and say it's been so long since I've tried Jaeger that if I were out at a bar and they were doing a Jaeger luge, I might give it a whirl again.
Is there any,
To be
Like
honest,
Jaeger, Jaeger's
you kind of look like that guy. I'm not trying
I've
to be
always been
mean,
that
but
guy.
I would
Cheers,
I would
buddy.
take you as that guy.
Jaeger is like one of those old, like my wife had never had Jägermeister before until
Yeah.
about 2 weeks ago. We went over to the grocery store and they
recent?
had mini bottles of that
Okay.
shit. So I was like, you gotta try Jägermeister. So we bought the mini Jaeger and I was like, crack it open, had a sip of it. I was like, oh, that's Jaeger. But I handed it to her. I'm like, what do you think? She takes a sip. She's like, ooh.
Yeah.
Hey, that's Jägermeister for you.
I do
We
feel
used
like
to
it
drink
needs
this
to
shit
be
back in
cold.
the day. I don't fucking know why, but we did.
It's kind of funny though, like,
it's like supposed to be medicinal, right? Like
yeah.
To a
Yeah.
degree.
Snake oil.
no,
You're trying to like
Those herbs
bring
are
a
supposed to
new
flavor.
liquor or alcohol to somebody, and they're watching you. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good first impression of
You
it.
should try this
Yeah,
one.
yeah, try this.
Did you have her try it warm or cold?
Straight up warm.
Oh,
Yeah.
you gotta chill.
Oh,
it
It's
out.
got to go in
It's
the
gotta
freezer.
chill.
Yeah.
Fuck that up.
I
Well-
mean, it's one of those drinks that I actually did like it. Granted, in fucking high school.
Yeah.
Until prom night, I drank an entire bottle of it myself and fell into a hot tub with all my clothes on.
God.
I'll say this one thing, and then we'll move on. You mentioned if you're somewhere and they're doing an event and they're doing like a Jaeger luge, I'll partake. I want to know is there anything that like if they were doing a luge, would you not partake in? Like,
Oh, yeah.
I know
Goldschlager and SoCal.
Ooh.
No, not.
Goldschlager.
Goldschlager?
Yeah,
I'd
No?
fuck with that.
no.
Here's the thing.
But you'll do.
I do
fucking
Goldschlager over
Okay.
Jaeger.
I'm gonna be-
I
Goldschlager.
will not do Goldschlager.
I'm gonna be
The
honest.
first time I ever got drunk was off Goldschlager.
Oh no shit.
Ever.
I
That
used
makes sense.
I used to buy bottles of
Like
that.
my
and-
grandparents would hide their liquor, and they would hide the shit that they didn't want. Like my grandpa would be like, "Oh, I ain't gonna fucking drink that. Casey will find it and drink it."
Yeah.
So he left the fucking full bottle of
Do you want
Jaeger,
some more of
and
this?
our buddy
Greg?
Joe, me and
Want
him
some more of
just
this?
drank that whole fucking
Yeah,
bottle.
yeah, please.
And
Oh,
when I
that's
tell
actually
you, when
pretty
we
good.
got sick, it looked like a
Oh, yeah.
flaky fucking
Oh, this
gold.
dude's
I
puking
bet.
up glitter and shit over here, dude.
Yeah, it was the best.
That was another thing I drank a lot of in college because it was cheap and it was 100 proof.
Yeah.
Yep.
So like I did a lot of some of my college alcohol shopping was based on alcohol content. I used to buy a lot of Bacardi 151
Yeah.
because for my buck, you weren't getting better than 151. You couldn't find McCormick's 190 hardly anywhere, so 151 was the best I could do.
Were you making caribou luge?
Yes, we were.
We've
A
done some
lot of
caribou
that.
luge.
Okay, we have.
Yeah, we've done some caribou luge.
Yeah, we made a lot of
Well,
caribou Lou.
Casey, what's your ranking on this garage?
So I'll
Garage
give it
beer.
a fuck yeah, because it's really good. I mean, of course, I drink a lot of
Beer.
a lot of light stuff too. Like
does.
I drink a lot of Bud Light, Bud Select,
Oh, this is
Miller,
Yeah,
Ultra. I
like-
drink all that, and this is really good.
yeah. Towers above those.
And that's-
and it's got more alcohol
Yeah.
volume,
And that's
and it's only
what's
95 calories.
that's what's beautiful about.
Whoa.
Oh, bro.
Honestly,
Scary.
that's what's
My
beautiful
finger.
about breweries doing this now is that like if you're that guy that is used to drinking Bud Light, like you don't have to go spend the money to get a nicer beer, but you can and you're gonna like it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, for me, this is a beer. I would put this in a Das Boot, and I would chug Das Boot.
Yeah.
Das
I
Boot.
I noticed on the side here it says, "Open this end, crush," to recycle on this end.
Nice.
Nice.
Very nice.
At the very top.
Conscious.
I will say I do like the can. The design,
Oh, I like that.
very
What-
old school Coors.
What is your
Yeah.
okay, let me ask you. Have you reviewed this on One Beer at a Time?
We
before?
have not.
You have not.
We
well,
have
then
not.
let's get your official
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
ranking.
I'm gonna say my official is a very strong. Okay,
And okay.
like I will drink this. I personally I like the Montucky Cold Snacks a little bit better.
Okay. Well, you should have brought that.
I couldn't find them. They didn't have them today. Otherwise, I would have. I searched up and down the aisle, saw garage beer. I was like, oh, that's in the vein of Montucky.
So this
Cold
was a
Snacks.
silver medal.
this was a silver medal, and
This
again,
was a runner-up.
This
This
was
is
a silver
absolutely.
medal at the
I
Special
will.
Olympics.
I will buy this again. You know, same type of thing. If I'm looking for something else and they have this but not that, I'll buy it. I like it. When you have drank as many beers as I have drank, and I don't mean that in an alcoholic sense, which
How
Sounds
many?
amazing.
Let's. Oh, now we're getting to the real questions now. How many beers have you drank?
On a scale of 1 to 10, do you have a problem?
Can you ballpark how many?
When you're out of
No,
beer.
this is a good question. This is a great question. Can you ballpark how many beers you've had in your life? I don't think I could.
Oh, hell.
Robert, can you just overlay "Hello Darkness, My Old Friend"?
Yeah.
No, I could. There's no way in hell I could ballpark.
Yeah.
Because
I could.
here's what I can tell you. This is a true story.
What have you had?
I-
10?
When I was in high school, I had blood work done, said I had high triglycerides. Being as young as I was, the doctor goes, well, it's probably genetics, but because you're adopted, we don't know. So my mom's sitting in the room with me, and doctor asks, how much do you drink? And my mom just jumps in front of me, and she goes, he doesn't drink. And then the doctor's like, all right, well, Miss Mastrell, I need you to leave the room. I'm going to actually examine your son now, And I was like 16, 17, so doctor's like, get the fuck out of here. Your son doesn't want to be naked in front of you anymore.
Right.
So as soon as my mom leaves, doctor goes, so how much do you drink a week? I go, a week? Doc, I'm in high school. I'm not coming home from school on a Tuesday and cracking a cold one. He goes, okay, fine. How much are you drinking on the weekend? I go, about 30. He goes, are you fucking serious? I go, yeah, 15 Friday, 15 Saturday.
That's nothing.
So, I mean, extrapolate that.
If that's bad,
Extrapolate that from...
shit.
That was at 16. So, extrapolate that into college where 15 on Friday became 30 on Friday, 30 on Saturday.
Yeah. Couple of hair of the dog on
was gonna
Sunday.
So, if you were going back there, what was the first kind of beers you started drinking when you got into drinking beers? Where was the entry point?
Whatever your parents had, I think.
Yeah.
So what did they have for you?
For me, it was Bud Select.
I was gonna say it had to be a Bud Light, Bud Select.
Yeah, it was tight.
My grandpa is a massive Budweiser fan, so I first went off straight drinking Budweiser.
Jim, how old are you?
Okay.
35.
Okay, so I played for 20 years. You've drank approximately 13,520 beers if you go by that math.
Fucking
That
right.
must be
seems
super
that,
lightweight.
that seems very low for
Fucking
him.
lightweight.
I'm gonna be honest.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Fucking
All right.
lightweight.
Okay.
30
Let's,
beers a week times 52 times 20.
Yeah, there's no way he's still only drinking 30 beers
Yeah,
a
that's
week.
a fucking
Let's
lightweight.
In his 20s, there's no way you were doing 30.
No,
a
God
week.
no. Let's call it a nice 20 to 25.
1,000. Yeah. That's a fair estimate. Okay. Anyway, so we're doing beer and football. Let's talk a little bit about football. You guys, I guess I'll say, okay. Do you guys watch?
No, the Muffin Man, yes.
Do you know the Muffin Man yet? do you
Muffin Man?
guys regularly watch football, or did you grow up regularly watching football?
When I was a kid, I did.
Yeah.
I grew up
watched
watching
But,
football.
Okay.
Every Sunday.
I watch a shitload of football.
Yeah.
I grew up watching football to the point my father was always superstitious about sports, but football was the most. I remember the year the Rams won the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I
too.
left the room one time to grab something to drink during a commercial, and I didn't make it back in time. And as I'm walking back in, I sat on the arm of the couch, and Kurt Warner threw a 40-yard touchdown pass. And my dad looks at me and goes, "You're not fucking moving the rest of the game."
Yeah.
And I kid you not, he did not he allowed me to go to the kitchen during if I needed to do something during commercials. But when I came back, I had to sit on the arm of the fucking couch the rest of the game.
Are you superstitious like that, Casey? You watch a lot of football, don't you?
Yeah, I love tons of football.
Are you superstitious in any way about
So I wear certain jerseys for certain teams they play. So
Okay.
Yes, that might be superstitious.
So there's a little bit there, yeah.
So-
You're a big your team's Eagles, right? Big
Yeah,
huge
Philly.
Eagles fan.
Huge Eagle cock.
Go Birds.
I
Birds.
actually went to bed the other night watching Invincible, the one where
Marky Mark.
Yeah.
Marky Mark plays Tony Danza when he
What?
go look at a picture of Vince Papale and tell me that doesn't look like fucking Tony Danza.
They could have gotten Tony Danza to play.
Yeah, a young Vince Papale looks
Yeah.
exactly like, especially the
I'm sitting
picture.
there thinking Mark Wahlberg. I'm like, what?
Dude, yeah. Go look at the picture they show at the end of Invincible where Vince Papale's
okay, how about this? How about the fact of that movie? At no point when you see Vince Papale at the end of the movie when they're going through the credits, at no point was he fucking ripped like Mark Wahlberg was in that fucking movie. You just see Mark Wahlberg cut as fuck and he's short and he's just fucking doing his thing.
To be fair, go back and look at just about any athlete from that era.
He was a soccer player.
Like most guys in that era of football, wrestling, anything, none of them were yoked and fucking ripped the way that
Not
Mark.
back then, no.
Because most of those guys still drank like a
Right.
fucking fish.
But
They were
that's
all
the other
out,
thing,
you
is He
know.
was super skinny and tall. Mark Wahlberg is short and was fucking buff.
Okay,
So-
but to be fair, if you're gonna
To be
pick,
fair.
if you're to be fair,
To be fair,
if you're gonna pick somebody to play someone or to play you in a movie, You want him to look good, right?
No,
Hold on. If you want
I don't
something,
think
no.
so.
If you want to be
I don't want my wife
generous,
to get jealous.
Don't knock on the
Try.
door. Come on in, buddy.
if you want the
Oh,
casting to
Jesus.
be generous,
Yeah.
if you want the casting to be generous, who do you want to play you in a movie?
So I want
Kevin James.
George Clooney because at least
Is this a movie about the end of your life?
Yeah, no, there's something you don't know about Casey. He's like obsessed with George Clooney. And here's something that nobody else knows is that Joe is here.
Yay!
Hey!
Hey, mine!
Intercepted, buddy.
Is this
I'm
mine?
next.
What's up, friends?
What's going
How's
on, buddy?
it going? Hey, yeah, get mic'd up. Mic'd oot. Mic'd oot. Is this for me?
What do you got?
Yeah, that's for you.
Let's see what you got. One beer at a time.
One beer at a time. Ask me about local beer. I love it. Thanks, man.
Yeah, man.
Christmas came early. Look at that.
Yeah, buddy.
Awesome.
You boys drinking on?
We're drinking.
Garage.
We're drinking.
So I grabbed some garage beer.
Okay.
It's out of Ohio, so local-ish.
Hey, my heart is in Ohio.
Yeah.
I'm heading to Ohio on Wednesday.
I know. You happy about the game?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
I mean, they had better beat Oakland, but Jesus Christ, I mean, my fantasy's not doing well, so I'm like,
I actually got to watch a little college football.
Yeah, I
yesterday,
know.
So
you know what I mean?
caught a little bit of the
Yeah,
Ohio
fuck you, you
State.
piece of shit.
All right.
Miami and Duke had a fucking banger.
Yeah.
I caught that too, man.
Well, Joe, you're just in time for us. We actually just started talking about football.
Okay.
Do you? I know you said you don't watch a whole lot.
I haven't been keeping up with the season as much these days. You know,
Yeah.
man, like I'm a fight coach. I get into fight sports, and it's
Yeah.
like I got my couple teams I follow, but I don't like
Yeah.
I don't like keep up with it like I used to. You know?
Okay, for sure. We these two guys were actually just talking about Invincible, which actually
Oh,
kind of
nice.
gets me into my
Nice.
next thing. Is like,
I haven't thought about that movie in a while.
yeah,
I'm pretty
if
sure
you
I
guys
own that fucker.
if you guys had to pick, like, what's your favorite like football movie or
Rudy.
show maybe?
Rudy.
You guys both say Rudy.
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 And
What
then
about
remember
you?
the Titans.
Little Giants.
Yo, that's a good pick, dude.
Necessary roughness.
Necessary Roughness.
Yo,
Rob
that's a
says
good one
Necessary
too. I
Roughness.
forgot about that movie.
Nate, you got a pick?
I mean, I picked Rudy last time. I guess I'll go with Rudy again.
All
Rudy.
time, bro.
There
it
you go.
It
Pretty
transcends
great, dude.
everything.
That's a good movie, though.
I
Yeah,
am going.
man.
I'm going. Remember the Titans.
Remember the Titans. Is
I say
amazing.
remember
Come
the
on.
Or I love and Joe, you'll love this as a Texas boy. I love the movie Friday Night Lights.
Oh, there you go.
Friday Night Lights has the
Yeah.
best, most realistic
I'm
football
changing my mind.
action.
Change your mind.
You
I'm
won't
going
win,
with The Replacements.
Hey,
Keanu.
that's
Okay.
classic, dude. That movie's so funny.
And
Love that
what
shit.
school did Keanu Reeves play for in that movie?
Oh shit.
Shane Footsteps Falco.
Ohio State.
Goddamn right.
Ohio State. Hey.
Footsteps Falco. Good old footsteps.
Because in two separate movies, Keanu Reeves has been a quarterback for Ohio State.
Oh,
Ohio
nice.
State.
Okay.
The other one was Point Break.
Yes, yes,
Point
it
Break.
was.
I really
thought it was Johnny Utah.
Yeah,
Utah.
Johnny Utah.
Played
Point-
for Ohio State.
Point
Yeah.
Break.
Point Break.
Point
Johnny
Break.
Utah played for Ohio State, and then replacements.
Replacements
Shane
is a good
Footsteps Falco
Yeah.
played for Ohio State, and he lost the game in the Orange Bowl. Everybody keeps bringing it up to him.
Jim, I want to piss you off so bad right now and just yell "Go Blue."
Go fuck yourself.
Hey, you know,
I'll chuck this at you.
underrated that only like real football fans have ever been into the program.
Okay, the program. I love
program.
You have to be a
the
real
bear
football
crawl scene.
fan,
The
you
bear
know?
crawl scene in that movie.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
fucking. You want to get hyped? Watch that fucking bear crawl scene where he
Fucking Latimer, bro.
Yeah, where he makes the dude. Does he blindfold him or make him close his eyes? And the dude climbs on his back.
I think he's blindfolded.
Yeah, and he's like, keep going, keep going. He thinks he's only gone like 20 yards, and he's done like 70 yards. yeah. And he's like, see, you're stronger than you think you are.
So,
But if you want to win, put Booby in.
Right. Let me get that extra point, coach.
Let me spin it. Booby about to spin it.
so a funny story about like just talking about all these movies just kind of made me think of it. When I was in high school, I had a personal finance teacher. We had like a personal finance class, intro to business type thing.
Yeah.
And so I was like, yeah, okay, I'll take that. The teacher of that class, because sometimes they would do this, was one of the coaches.
Yeah.
And he was a football coach. And like, it was so easy to get him to like let us watch movies because we would just be like, hey, everybody tell him we've never seen this movie. And then he'll be like, you gotta. So we'd be like,
You ever fucking seen
we'd be
Brian's
like,
song?
we'd be like, hey, Coach Dixon, Johnny's never seen Rudy. He'd be like, what? We'll be like,
Oh,
yeah, Brian's never seen it either. He'd be like, oh, we're watching Rudy tomorrow. We're like,
Yes.
yeah, we're doing
So-
work in
And
this
one of
class
the
at
best
all,
movie
bro.
titles, one of the most inspiring of movie title
So
themes.
Joe brought up Brian's song, which brings me to a theory I have, if you want to call it my toxic masculinity theory. There's only two types of movie men are allowed to cry at.
I don't like that you're looking me directly in the eye when you're saying it. Look
Because
at the camera.
he knows
or
you cry over
something.
bullshit all the time.
I do. I cry when I watch Phantom of the Opera. Okay,
It is sports movies and war movies.
Okay.
Because war can be both sad and beautiful.
So do you cry when you watch In the Army now?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I cry over. I mourn Pauly Shore's career.
Yeah. But I will tell
Hey
you,
man, you
Man,
can't
talking
more
about
than
Matt. Matt cries when he masturbates.
I'll tell you.
You would know.
Pauly Shore movies.
Been there, done that.
I will even admit I'll get a tad misty eyed at the end of Cool Runnings when they crash. And
What's
he's like,
Oh, dude, come
and
on,
he's
one of
like,
the
you okay?
greatest
And he's like,
sports
and they're
moments.
carrying the bobsled. And
Especially
he's
'cause it
like,
really
I have
happened.
to finish, man.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
Should I get into my patois over here? Irie. Strip blood
That
fire.
movie's glorious.
It
dude.
is.
Have you
Matt,
guys?
you want to grab me a beer before you get into your
What do you
night?
want?
Just grab me any beer.
You got to turn.
Dude,
Ooh, you got the hoop
it's
tee rocking.
it's so inconvenient.
Dude, you got the hoop tee rocking. I love it.
Dude, you want one?
I'll take a hoop tee.
I
Fuck it.
actually got a.
I brought a couple randos.
was
I
gonna
didn't know if
mention
we were
it to you
drinking
also.
mead, so I brought a few cups.
I have my.
I think I have a
So while
blonde,
you're
I have an
grabbing me a
IPA,
beer,
and I think I might have a stout. I got a few different
well,
things.
here, what-
buddy.
What movie makes you guys cry the most?
Buddy.
Oh, buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're gonna have to have everyone try a little sip of that. Like, what movie, no matter how many times you see it, will like at least make you tear up a little bit?
Homeward Bound.
Hey, you know what? Greg's a big animal guy, so that
You know what?
tracks.
My wife tried to put that movie on not long ago, and we got like 5 minutes in, and she's like, "No, I can't do it."
Oh, Mothers. Okay, cool.
Yeah,
I was about to talk some
Madres.
shit. I'm like, you don't have nothing local?
No, I also brought some UCBC, the Dorf beer.
I'm killing off a Schlafly Pale. One of my most favorite pale ales.
Oh yeah,
Watermelon.
It's one of the beers that got me into craft beers, honestly, for real.
What?
Right here in St. Louis.
Wanted it?
so I'm grabbing a Madres Mexican lager.
Yeah, I'm real curious about that.
Mango?
I got 6 of them in there.
Nice. I haven't tried that at all. Hoop Tea. If you didn't catch one beer at a time's little review on Hoop Tea, go back and watch that. But
Hoop
for
Tea is
some
one of
commercial
Joe's
shit,
favorite.
we fucking highly advocate Hoop Tea.
Was it a fuck yeah? Or
Yeah, yeah. I don't. I
Okay.
tell everybody I don't drink
right,
shit like
so
that. So if I'm bragging, hey man,
Pass that. Let's go over
Already
to
going.
Rob, our producer, and I know it's going all the way around.
no, all the way around.
Well,
All
it's
the way.
easier for Nate
Come on,
to.
You need a camera that follows it all the way.
You know what you should have did? You should have opened it. We all take a sip until it got to
Like little rascals when they have the bucket of water and by the time it gets to the end. Okay, Nate, do you want one of these?
Homeward Bound.
You don't
is-
really drink
back to
beer,
that movie.
so-
The
thanks,
topic
though.
though. Homeward Bound is a really good pick, dude. You can tell that's
It actually
authentic.
is.
Like right now, he's like Homeward Bound.
said
Homeward Bound.
I was thinking
Oh, what was the question? What movie makes you cry?
Yeah,
What do
what
you
ma-
cry the
what-
most to?
Yeah, what movie, no matter how many times you've seen it, will make you tear up at least?
Okay, I've
Rocky
only
3.
Oh, okay.
sports movie.
Well, I mean, I'm trying to think. I mean, I cry almost every single time Mick dies.
Yeah.
Like every time
Spoilers.
Mick dies,
It's so bad.
Sorry,
Spoilers.
spoilers.
Oh.
Mick dies.
Don't have to watch it.
He gets pushed over because he's fucking old, and he dies.
And then the whole thing, him, Apollo, it's
Yeah.
too much. You
Yeah.
know, there's no
Yeah.
easy way out.
Yeah.
You know?
And then he's
got
afraid
that?
to. And then he tells his wife that he's afraid for the first time in his career.
I've only seen it once, but we talked about this recently. The Whale with Brendan
Oh, I haven't
Fraser
watched
was
that. Is
Haven't
such
watched
a
it. Good as they all
sad
say?
fucking movie.
Is it really that fucking good though?
It was good, and
Like solid film?
it was probably the saddest movie I've ever.
So
fucking
I'll
watched.
give Greg a pass for the animals, where I'm a big animal guy too, but
That's why I
Are
said
we
that's a
shocked
good
that
one.
Matt had a bitch take?
Oh, that's
whale?
a good one because honestly, like,
Is it because you're fat?
I'm nowhere near on the level of that guy.
I know.
No,
Hit
honestly,
close to home.
honestly, I was being very serious when I said I do tear up a little bit at the end of Phantom of the Opera every time I watch it. It's so
cried during
like,
the Elephant Man too.
just
Old ass.
yeah. Anybody that's like
Yeah, Elephant Man, that was a.
Are you talking about the Gerard Butler?
It's just the music.
like the actual musical.
It's just the music.
Yeah.
It's the music. It's very passionate. Yes.
Yeah.
What about you?
For me, I'm gonna have to go with probably Saving Private Ryan.
Okay.
And it is the end of the. I mean, the beginning of the movie when he walks up to the grave is good enough, but the end of that movie when it cuts back to him being old, and he drops to his knee and he touches the tombstone, you're just like,
Oh yeah, dude.
The movie's just all around heavy. It's one of the
very
heaviest
heavy
war
movie.
movies.
Honestly, I mean, they killed the family in that movie.
Yeah.
Pretty early.
yeah.
I think you know what? The one scene that always just kind of fucked with me in that movie.
There should have been any Fast and Furious movies because of that fucking. The family fucking died before.
Caparzo was an important part of that team.
Damn right. No, but the one scene when the medic dies.
Yeah.
And it was just like the
yeah.
night or two before when he's having that
Yeah.
memory about like basically saying, I wish I'd have like given my mom a little bit more time. And then it's like the very next fucking battle, he dies calling for mom. You're like, all right, that one's kind of
Ribisi.
fucked up.
Oh God. Okay, hold on. I might have to change my answer.
You're like that. Yeah,
Because you talked about mom, just like parents in general, and I think Rob will agree with me on this one. Big Fish hits me.
Big
Fish hits me.
fucking
Now
hits
that my dad
everybody.
is gone, that one hits me.
Man.
You're gonna hate. I still
Honestly,
haven't finished that
makes
movie.
me kind of happy. 'Cause he went out the way he wanted.
Yeah,
It's true.
It's legendary.
It's like
You
it's
know?
happy
That is
tears.
kinda-
It's happy tears.
Yeah.
What about Nate? What makes you
A
cry?
couple things come to mind.
Let's
Normally what
crack
tears
that
me up
skull open.
Is like glorious type shit gets me fired
Yeah.
up. Like Braveheart, for example. when
Yes,
all
dude.
that's strung up, dude.
That's
When he
all-
screams
that's-
freedom while they're killing him,
I'm
dude,
just
come
like,
on. Yes.
"Ah," you know, like,
You're
that
just like-
teaser gets me.
that is in there with me, and
Glory
also
gets me.
that part, and then also the end when Robert the Bruce is like, "You fought for William."
Now fight for
with
me.
Yes.
Like, yeah, no, absolutely. The
Gets me chills
but
right
Yes,
now.
dude.
that's a
It's
war
so
movie.
good.
That's
It's so fucking good.
and that's why the war movie thing hits because it's the glorious.
I don't
part
want to
of,
make
you know,
everybody laugh, but you know the part when he's screaming freedom and that Irish guy's like, "I need so much freedom.
Oh yeah, because you know what's really happening.
It's my land." And then he's done. He's like, "Oh shit, don't be shouting."
I do though.
This is
I
a
just
shock
wanna
when you guys
smell,
gonna
like,
tell me
alcohol
I
on my
can't remember the
drive
name
home.
of this movie. But this was a sad one. So there's this movie where there's this ape, and this ape has to
George of the Jungle.
dislodge. He has to dislodge this thing that's like
Congo?
talking a nuclear. It's like gonna explode, and they're bribing this ape with cigarettes, and so they can't get in there. And he's got the pack of
We all
cigarettes,
know
and they put it up in the
Apes
glass, and
love
he's
to
like,
smoke.
"Come
Rob's
here."
nodding. Rob knows what
You
it
know what I'm
is.
talking about? What movie is this?
What
Do you
the
know?
fuck?
With an ape?
Camp, is it?
They were in space.
Space dentist.
And so
Space chimp?
Space
they
chimp.
tricked this ape with the cigarettes, and they're
Kong?
like, go get the container. Go get the container. It's irradiated in there, and this monkey's gonna die if he does this. And he's like, cigarettes? They're like, cigarettes. And he goes and gets it and pulls the
Was
thing
it-
out.
this
and
was made in
he
the
saves
50s?
him, but they can't give him the cigarettes, and they're holding on the glass like, sorry, buddy, can't get you your cigarettes. I was like, damn, that is fucked up.
What
It's like,
the fuck?
It was by
animals.
Marlboro
Yeah.
Productions. That's who produced.
You had to turn in
So I saw
points
this
to be able to get a copy of the movie.
Die for him.
Send in 18,000 Marlboro miles.
I mean, honestly,
Greg did it. He saved the zinger for the show. I'm so proud of you right now.
I will
I'm
actually
so
say,
proud.
I mean, his description did make me a little sad, but like,
Yeah.
uh,
So you've added another thing to your list.
no, because that's animals.
It's
Animals?
Animals,
Bestiality.
animals are in
Animals. They
the
can't
animals
do
are in
better.
the subject.
No, that's what I'm
subgenre.
saying. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
I'll give
Bro,
animals,
animals-
in a sub. Like,
Unless
Animals,
you don't
sports, and
actually
more.
love your pets or love
Yeah.
animals, animal movies will fuck you up, dude.
Yeah.
Come on, even Fox and the Hound, you're
I
like,
would
wow,
say-
bro,
Oh,
that's the
Fox and the
homie.
Hound's-
Why?
Right.
That's it.
Oh, man.
Project
What was
X.
Project
Yeah.
X.
with
Project
Matthew
X.
Broderick.
Okay.
That's the
Wow.
shit.
Wow.
All
Now,
right.
and I'm
It's a
actually,
young,
I'm gonna.
sexy
There
Broderick.
Wasn't there another
gonna
movie
amend
called
mine.
Project X?
Yeah, it was
like
like,
a
a
new
party
one?
movie.
Yeah,
So
Right.
much ass back then.
So I'm gonna amend mine real quick because it's still kind of a war movie, but we're talking about the glorious shit, and it's Gladiator. And there's more than one reason to this. So that song it's the end of the movie, especially when she's like, he was a soldier of Rome, honor him. But they start playing that song called "Now We Are Free."
Yeah, that one.
It's called now. The song is called "Now We Are Free," but there's another song called "Elysian" that's in the score. But the song that she's singing is called "Now We." Hans Zimmer, and then the girl that's
greatest.
singing she made up her own angelic language for her music. I forget what it's called.
Yeah.
When my coach died when I was a senior in high school, at like two of the memorials for him, they played that song "Now We Are Free." Right. So like it's a double whammy for me. Yeah. So Maximus dying, the whole thing, him going to see his family, and then also I hear that song
right when the sequel's about to come out.
That fucking movie.
Jesus no.
Shame on you, because ABC
you know what?
plays it every other fucking day.
You know what? Matt's right. The sequel's about to come out. There might be some people out there, all right, that were waiting for the sequel to come along before they watch the
Gen
original.
X's haven't seen
All right,
low key, fuck those people though.
Oh, low key, fuck those people.
Gladiator, when he comes out in the arena and he slays that guy, he's like looking at everyone. Are you not entertained?
Oh,
yeah, dude.
Yeah.
And then silence, and it's all
he throws the fucking sword and
Spaniard. I was like,
That's a line I use any chance I get, like at work or something. Any that and Brad Pitt's line from Troy, "Is there no one else?"
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be rocking at the bar, clear the line, and I'm like, "That's it. Is there no one else?"
All right. We've established everyone else cries like men, and I'm a bitch. So I guess back on track a little bit.
I don't know. Clerks will make you
actually,
cry a little bit.
It sounds like maybe you're
That
a little
last
fat
Clerks
phobic.
movie?
You cry at fat people.
No, that's the
why he
whales.
cries.
The last Clerks movie
That's why
was
he cries.
close.
That's why he cries
That
in the shower.
one
On some
pretty
random
hard.
shit
That
is
was
close,
pretty
right?
hard. That was pretty
You had that
hard.
moment where you're like, "Why do I feel so fucking tender and sad right now?"
Clerks 3 is not a comedy. It's a drama.
Yeah.
Dude.
Know that before watching it for sure.
Especially after Kevin Smith actually almost died.
Yeah.
You know?
Spoilies.
You guys have everybody know real life spoilies.
I was waiting to check out his Instagram.
All right, do you guys ever was it ever a tradition to watch football on Thanksgiving?
Yep.
It
was always
for
on.
you guys. Let's go one at a time, so we're not fucking.
Rebel.
Did you watch football on Sunday?
Sunday.
Thanksgiving.
All right, hey, Casey is not allowed to do the interview questions.
Greg doesn't really watch football at all, so it's like
Not anymore.
Pause.
When I was a
he's
kid,
gonna
I
watch
did.
it on Sunday first.
All right, so we're just gonna pretend that what?
No, go ahead.
That's a no.
Go ahead.
We're moving along. Matt,
Casey,
So-
do you watch football on Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Every year? Still?
Yes.
All right.
It's the only way to get away from family.
No.
oh, there you go.
Joe, was it? Do you now, or was it ever a thing? Like,
Oh
in your
yeah, well I'm
family,
originally from Texas. I have a small amount of family that are legit Cowboys fan, but I also have family that are Redskins fans, fucking
How the fuck did
Redskins,
that happen?
Okay.
and
Hey, you
I don't know.
Hey, you can't say that.
It's the fucking Redskins.
You can just say
God
that.
damn it.
Okay,
But
hold on.
so
I'm less
I grew
worried.
up always like we at least have that game on always.
Yeah.
You know, so even when there's not even like a room full of people really watching it, it's like something that's always on.
Yeah. I'm less
Thanksgiving.
worried about being canceled for him calling them the Redskins and more worried about the fact that we sat a Cowboys and Eagles fan next to each other. Because I did not know that.
No, I'm not.
You're not a
I'm
Cowboys fan.
anti-Cowboys,
Yeah.
bro. And it's
Oh,
funny.
Cowboys fan.
Should I
It's
put my
funny.
jersey back on?
I have a
you
couple
should
of
put
family.
your
It's
jersey
random
back
as
on.
fuck,
Put it
dude.
back on here. I'll hold your beer.
My South Texas
thank you.
family, we're not huge Cowboys people for the most
You know
part.
what's funny?
There's a few family members that are hardcore Eagles
wanna hear
fans
something
from
really
San
funny?
Antonio.
What about Titans
All
fans?
of my family are
few.
are from Texas and are Cowboys fans.
No shit.
I'm the only Eagles fan.
I have a few, man, but it's like, and now I got more family members that are probably
There's one
like
in every
Texans
family.
fans, but like, yeah, it's weird. I have some diehard Philly fans and some diehard Steelers fans in my family.
You don't have any like diehard Titans fans when they moved?
There
Like,
you go.
Like, a little bit because they were in Houston for so long, but
Yeah.
then that's why at this point, like the Texans have kind of won it back.
Yeah. I don't think if the Rams
Take
I don't
your
think
beer back,
I don't know if a
about
fucking
you?
NFL team would survive here again.
It has to be
Here's the
entirely
thing:
different
football
ownership.
is always on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
but it is never the teams that my family gives a shit about. So like I will watch football.
It's just
'cause
on.
because I don't want to. I'm not watching any fucking parades.
Oh, you loser.
Dude, I love to eat mushrooms and like drink coffee and watch the parade.
See, there you go. Now we're talking.
Who is it? Daniel Tosh
Talk
that
to my
has the
dog
joke
the whole
about
time.
parades should be at double speed, like they should go around twice. And on the
What about you, Nate?
There's a little team y'all probably are familiar with called the New England Patriots.
This fucking guy.
Yep. So,
You're about to get your ass kicked in this basement right
a little
now.
fucking Tom over there.
Tom Brady.
Tom fucking Brady.
I'm from New England.
Was
and,
that an
that's how
English
we
accent?
really
What the fuck
got down.
was that?
So,
I don't know.
My family was really into watching football when they were winning, which but as soon as they didn't win, no one had a hat, no one had a jersey. But the second they won, everyone's a huge super fucking fan.
Yeah.
So Thanksgiving there was usually some game on. I'm never a huge football fan. I was more into hockey at the time. But we would watch it and there'd be a shitload of snacks. So we would raid that snack table. Huh?
So you think they're more of a Tom fan?
I think they're a fan of winning, honestly.
Yeah, none of them can name
football
the
fans. They don't know what the hell's happening.
none of them can name the quarterback before Tom Brady.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you name the quarterback
Or
before Tom
anybody
Brady?
else?
Well, now we've established that Nate doesn't like his
not
football.
Bledsoe.
Drew Bledsoe, number 11.
Oh,
Drew Bledsoe, number 11. Had a
I
jersey.
was sitting there thinking, I was like, wait, who
Bledsoe.
Kurt
Yeah.
Warner
Drew Bledsoe.
play?
Yeah, growing up, I was a
okay.
big
Yeah, it
football
was Drew
fan,
Bledsoe.
and I remember incidentally actually watching the game when that shit happened too.
Okay.
I will say this as far as football.
Had no idea.
As a family, we're more of a college. Granted, I work on fucking every Saturday, but college football is
Yeah.
more where I care. I watch all the
The best to
NFL,
bet on.
but college football is more fun.
Well, let me ask you guys this. Since I've brought up Thanksgiving now, and that's ultimately what we're doing here. What are your favorite Thanksgiving traditions? Do you have anything that, Greg, what do you got?
I mean, it's just the food.
Just
the
the
dinner
food.
is really the only, and just get family being together.
And family.
So
We're
family.
back on
Family.
yeah.
Wholesome.
We're back on Fast
I'm making it
Fast and
wholesome.
Furious. Family.
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 It is kind of the only real point.
Yeah, I was gonna say family traditions. We have to have green bean casserole, and there better be some fucking cranberry jelly for me to have.
Okay. So it's just the food.
See, it's food.
So you're
I have
with
a
him, it's
question.
the food.
Does anybody celebrate the
it's food
Pilgrims
until
on
football
Thanksgiving?
starts.
No, of course we don't.
Because I like to
It's our
eat.
right as Americans not to have to.
Because I like to eat and then go watch the football games. So I
So
can
it's
sit on the
food,
couch and not
food and
move.
football
Food and football.
and beer.
It's
That's
the-
exactly why we're here right now.
Whoa! Hey!
It's the FFB. Come on.
FFB.
This is like when they say the title of a movie in the movie.
Right. Right. Peter Griffin.
I like food.
Well,
I like football. I like fucking, and I like sitting.
I like food, football, and God.
What about Joe? Any
Um,
specific traditions?
At this point, as adults, me and all my siblings, we all make a different side.
Oh, yeah.
So everybody brings something different. My mom is our biggest thing with my mom is just my mom makes really good pie completely from scratch. So anytime that there's fucking store-bought pies, that's what throws Thanksgiving off. As long as we're at mom's
Homemade
house and
pie?
she makes 5, 6 homemade pies,
turned
then
right
it's
out.
Thanksgiving and we're good. One year,
base.
I forgot what it was, but we ended up getting a ham instead of a turkey. I didn't give a fuck as long as we have the pies. That's the big thing.
Sides and the pies.
You know
for
what's
sure.
really strange is most people that I've talked to don't really care about turkey.
It's because they're not having the right turkey.
I like it. Well, I always deep fry it,
You
so
know,
I like,
'cause, like,
or smoke it.
like,
Those are the two
yeah.
ways I like it a lot.
So-
more.
Smoked turkey
fried,
is where it's at.
fried turkey is really good too.
So I accidentally sent my smoked turkey recipe to our entire staff at work.
Lucky them.
Yeah, legit. Well, to the entire sales force.
Did you?
Actually, and not only that, the wrong sales force. So 3 people that no longer work there were on that group chat that I sent it to.
Disappointing.
I was trying to send it to one person, and I accidentally sent it to the group.
Wow.
Yeah,
You gotta get that.
no,
shit
but if you
rectified.
have a
It's like Brooklyn Nine-Nine. He just sent it. Everybody telling everybody
Damn near
someone's
killed him.
pregnant.
yeah, but if you
Rectify.
a smoked turkey is the fucking, and that's the thing is I agree with you until I
boring.
started making the
Yeah.
turkey for my family. I never
Smoked
gave a
turkey's good,
shit
right?
about the turkey.
Y'all got white ass
outta here.
Chicken is good. But
Not really.
I like,
What are y'all
I
white-ass
really,
traditions?
I don't care for white meat. It's
the dark
fucking
meat.
dark meat.
Yeah.
It's so
What are you, so,
dark
so
meat's so good.
tradition-wise,
So tradition-wise, my favorite tradition was always
football and food.
me disappearing the night before and not reappearing.
On Skanksgiving?
Yeah. Oh,
Yes.
absolutely.
So
100%.
Skanksgiving
No,
is your
hold
tradition.
on. No, specifically, so my mother, we used to have 50, 60 people at our house until COVID.
Shit.
So it was a fucking whole
We did
thing.
that.
Yes.
We did that at mine too.
It was a whole fucking
Yeah,
thing,
we did.
and my mother became a neurotic goddamn mess. So,
Yeah.
yes, part of it was Skanksgiving,
Yeah.
but like I would go out Skanksgiving, I would stay at
What
a
the
friend's
fuck
house.
is Thanksgiving?
The night
It's the night
before.
before Thanksgiving.
I would go out.
It's like the
Drunk-
biggest
a drunk
party.
Wednesday.
Isn't that
Yeah.
more of a Midwest
Yeah,
or a
drunk
Missouri,
Wednesday.
St. Louis thing? I know that's not
Drunk
like an
Wednesday.
everywhere
It's
thing.
called
We don't have it in New England.
Yeah, I don't think it's
I'm
an
like, what the
everywhere
fuck
thing.
is
You gotta
that?
be a black
I'm
belt.
very aware. I
Yeah.
celebrate
Is that like
proudly.
when you work in
I
the
need to
corner
expand
on
the culture. I mean,
Thanksgiving?
this is
All right.
sounding-
I
But
believe
it's,
that's a St. Louis
All
thing.
right.
But it was
think.
so we would get a hotel or I would stay at somebody's house, and then
Like a skank?
my phone would inevitably fucking die,
Yeah.
I mean,
and then
in
I
the
would just
name.
intentionally not charge it and not show up until like noon.
Okay.
And I'd get home and I'm doing this in my mid-20s. I'm coming home and my parents are like, "Where the fuck have you been? We've been fucking calling you." This is why I was disappeared.
I don't want to deal with this shit.
I did that 8 years straight. It was my favorite fucking tradition.
What about you,
My
Nate?
personal one is whether the family and everybody's partying or not, I don't give a fuck who's there. I'm drunk.
Yeah.
I know this. Like, there has been more than one time where like
drinking and
people
the-
are drinking, but I'm the only one that's like fucked up, walking around stirring shit up.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been times where I've been drunk on
Or high.
Wednesday when
Oh, of
got
course.
drunk and then rolled into my family's like, just fucking feed me.
Nate, do you have
When
do you
I
have
was
a
in-
favorite tradition?
In New England, like my brother and I and our friends and stuff, we just roll some huge ass J's.
Yeah, dude.
Nice.
What?
And we
That
get
sounds awesome.
super baked, and then it would be turkey, and it would be stuffing, and just like lit up. And so that became the tradition. Is we'd like get a little something first, do that. And my parents were pretty cool with the whole thing. Like they were like, "Oh, you scamps," like. But it wasn't
It ain't legal, but fucking do
They
it.
didn't give a shit. So
Oh, New
yeah,
England.
we'd get super baked, and you'd sit down at the table, and you just see the spread of food, and it was like, yes.
So-
I feel like
Okay,
hold on,
but
hold on.
what-
I feel like I
but-
asked you
okay.
this last year.
And,
Where in New England are you from?
I'm from Rhode Island.
Okay.
Southern Rhode Island. So
Oh
like,
God!
right by
Don't
the
get him
ocean.
started
But
on the
when did
the
that
quahogs and all
when did
Yeah.
that
that
tradition
shit.
start?
And the bubblers
That tradition
and
started when I was like 15,
the Jimmies.
16.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
no, 'cause
10-year-old Nate.
Because I mean,
I started smoking around 15, 16.
the reason I made the Drew Bledsoe joke is I grew up in Boston until I was
did.
10 years old.
Yeah,
10 years old.
yeah.
So I had my first football jersey was a Drew Bledsoe jersey. Fuck Tom Brady. Fuck Bill Belichick.
Hey, let's do another beer.
beer.
Grab
100%.
Yeah.
There's
Are we tasting?
there's some German
Like
beer.
taste
There's some
review? Let's do it.
UCBCs in
you put
there.
that
And then
Okay.
Thanksgiving.
I got a
I'll say one thing
perennial,
now, my new tradition
um,
is stuffing. My wife makes like amazing homemade stuffing.
Yeah, dude.
And that is
I heard
always
stuffing
looking
my
forward to
Especially
wife.
it.
homemade.
I heard stuffing. I heard stuffing.
There was not enough of
And
a
amazing.
pause. There was not enough of a
Okay,
pause in
what
that.
is a good stuffing, not your wife, that you enjoy?
Stovetop.
Make it from home, and you
Yeah,
grab sourdough
Dunkel,
bread,
yeah,
and
buddy.
you let that shit go in the oven, and then you make it all into like the breadcrumbs essentially from scratch.
So-
take that, mix that with butter and herbs, you're good.
You
Yeah.
said when you said stuffing, the first thing that
Yeah.
came to
Are you
my
wanting to try,
mind-
like, a
Are
sip
we
of
still
it?
passing?
Yeah, I'll give it a
No, we're
sip.
not passing. So,
Just grab one of those and I'll pour
so
it a little bit.
when you said stuffing, the first thing that came to my mind was my
Came.
my father-in-law.
So fucking
Came and
dumb.
I just heard came and
when we
father.
when we go to my father-in-law's house for Thanksgiving,
Ooh, even spicier.
my stepmother-in-law, she makes
This is a
oyster
porno setup.
stuffing, and
What?
it's fucking amazing.
You ever had White
You
Castle
have to try
stuff?
that.
Yeah.
It's stupid
I
that
said
it's
oyster
good.
stuffing.
Yeah,
so
I know,
yeah,
it
it
is.
is
Were you at
porno.
Brosgiving when Juan brought that shit
Yeah,
over?
my
there?
brother's made
That
it a
sounds
couple of times.
amazing.
Oyster stuffing is
So-
fucking
It's the best, dude. Yeah, it's the best.
so good.
That's
I know.
what
It
I'm
sounds
going for,
weird,
turkey
but-
fine,
Wait,
fine,
should I
fine.
drink this yet?
A little
No,
bit.
no, no.
we-
Wait,
wait.
hold on.
All right,
Wait.
Is that what's the actual
We're-
voice?
we're-
I've never had
Yeah,
this
that's
one
fine.
either.
A
This is
Dunkel?
my place.
Well,
Dunkel is good, buddy.
I'm a
Let me-
Zwickle guy.
let me ask you
Okay.
guys. Let me ask you guys. Since we're talking about Thanksgiving traditions, and so who's talking shit on the parade?
Me.
Hey, do you
kinda
guys
gay.
watch the parade though?
No, because I
Not
used to.
anymore.
No, because
Bro,
usually.
okay, Rob's not on mic, but he just said fuck that parade.
No, because usually I was walking out of the casino, blacked
Who said
out,
fuck
drunk,
At that
walking
time?
You don't
past
like
the
parade?
families that were setting up for the fucking parade, and then passing out in my hotel room. for a couple of
So-
hours
so
until
here's-
I could just reappear at home.
Here's the thing. I typically will watch the parade. I'm not. It doesn't have to be a thing for me. What I do love though is after that Macy's parade on Thanksgiving is they do the dog show.
Yeah, I like the dog.
Okay, the dog
Yeah.
show's legit.
The dog show has become one of my favorite Thanksgiving traditions.
But they
feel
also
that.
have the isn't it around Thanksgiving that they have the puppy bowl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
So,
that's
like,
the Super
fuck,
Bowl.
no, it's around Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, you're right. Yeah. The puppy bowl.
Let's break
They
that
do
one
some
down
kind of
for a
puppy
second.
thing, though,
Real
don't
quick-
they?
real
That
quick,
sounds
Joe.
familiar.
They
You
do
want-
something around Thanksgiving though too.
Joe, you want to introduce this next beer real quick?
Yeah.
Right.
Hold on, wait. I do want to say real
Bavarian
quick
Dunkel?
though. Like I had a similar
Real quick.
situation as you, Jim. That like. You know, over the years, like, you know, my family used to have like 50, 60 fucking people over there. And like one of my favorite traditions, honestly, was just having everybody there. But more so than that, all the guys would go to the garage with my dad and play poker and shit.
That's nice.
That was a fucking good time.
Yeah.
We
Where was
didn't
mine
have
at?
any of those traditions. It was 50, 60
We weren't
people.
cool enough.
And especially
never
into
am.
my 20s and in my 30s, I got really sick and tired of having the same conversation 25 fucking times. Hey, Jim, how's life going? Oh, good. Selling cars, you know. What are you up to? Oh, you know, HVAC systems. Oh, cool.
Cool. Yeah.
You guys talked.
See you,
That's
See you next Thanksgiving.
see you in a few,
Shit.
see you in
That's
4
where you
weeks
went
at
wrong.
I go to
Christmas
my
Eve.
fucking uncle's house and never even talk to the man.
Well, that's why. No, that was the best part. Is I always have like one or
We
two.
might say, "Yeah, score a touchdown." And then
That's the best
out.
part. Is like eventually,
passing
I
it.
I had
Let me
one
get a
or
look.
two uncles that I eventually would just sit in the living room and wouldn't fucking talk. Just watch football.
The
But
whole
it was,
fucking time.
but it was always at my
Urban
parents' house, so I
chestnut.
had to make the fucking rounds, and then I could
Okay.
fuck off to the kitchen.
Oh, you know, we're talking about traditions. Nothing makes me happier than like because my grandpa would always cook everything. He would make his own
Local
fucking.
beef.
He would make a turkey for everybody else to eat, and then he would have another fucking turkey for himself. He'd
Nice.
have 3 or 4 pies for people to eat, and he had 3 or fucking 4 pies for him fucking self.
What a
for the
badass.
next
Private
fucking day.
snatch, yeah.
He goes, his
That's
thing-
a man.
he- his
make
thing was,
them like
his
that
thing was
no
these
more.
motherfuckers are coming over eating my food, and there's not going to be anything left for
Yeah.
me. So this fucking extra turkeys for me. These extra fucking pies are for me.
Yeah, dude.
Oh yeah.
What a badass, bro.
Joe, I'm gonna eat
I'm
these for a
inspired.
fucking
Joe, do you want to
Cheers
introduce
to that
this?
Was
guy.
he a fucking
Fun
cowboy?
spirit.
Was
Joe,
he a
you wanna
rancher?
introduce the beer real
Want to
quick?
introduce this beer for us?
The Bavarian Dunkel.
Yes.
The Dorf beer. Yeah, and actually this is nice because we don't have to look anything up. They give us a real good description on the
That's also
can.
not-
So historically, Dunkels. First of all, Dunkels are a lager. You wouldn't think so by the color, but lager has to do with the ferment, not the color.
Yep.
So Dunkel lagers were the original everyday beer of Munich and the surrounding Bavarian villages. So dark amber color, dwarf beer or village beer. That's what that actually means. Uses Munich malts and a slight amount of roasted malt, which I think you smell big time. So
Yeah.
easy light drinking because it's a lager, but full flavored, real malty.
My first sip.
You guys can go ahead. And
He
sip.
already
Yeah.
fucking sipped. I was like, just drink
He
it.
did.
All right, let's give this a go.
She's a lovely.
So just give you context, like I actually love beer. Beer's fucking banging. I just can't drink it, unfortunately. However, sips of the shit. Let's get in here.
Oh,
Is
that's
it
a beer,
is
dude.
it a
That's
gluten thing?
gluten.
It has to do with that basically.
You know
It has to do with the way
Oh.
shit's brewed. Like I can drink vodka, no problem, because of the way it's like
Okay.
fermented.
Yeah.
But
Pros.
beers get hops and so.
Yeah.
We should get together and do an episode with gluten-free beer because
Yeah.
they're hard to find. They're pricey,
Yeah.
and I always want somebody who doesn't get to drink beer that much to actually try it and tell me what you think.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
You know
There's
what?
one
I
out
have
of
a-
Oklahoma
Well, hey,
that I've been eyeballing.
Can I pause
Nice,
real
nice.
quick?
I'd like to join
Yeah.
just to drink.
Yeah, there you go.
I want to say, fuck the rest of the crew for not telling us that somebody on the panel had a gluten intolerance. Well, then we would have picked up.
we
a
could have
fucking-
found at least
Yeah.
a
I
gluten-free
just
beer.
found
Fuck
this
you,
out.
Matt.
I found this out when you found out.
The shit has to do with the purines.
And I was gonna say, anybody
the
watching,
brewing process more than the gluten.
anybody watching just
Oh,
witnessed
okay.
a poisoning. So, Casey, I gave my beer
Now
to
put up
Rob,
the-
so I'm gonna need a sip off of
Now
that.
you gotta put
This
up
is for you,
the
audience.
disclaimer
I love you
real
guys.
quick.
We're going in on this beer.
I gotta
So
do the.
I got a film question
Ooh, that's banging actually.
because I go through this every single year.
Fucking drink a lot.
Thanksgiving
I
movies.
took a solid.
Do you have a favorite, or how many can you even really think of? Because it's a holiday that we don't get a lot of movies specifically about. Like, not during fall, a Thanksgiving movie.
Okay, let me say, since Rob is not on
Beethoven.
mic, I already know his Thanksgiving movie tradition is sometime around Thanksgiving he likes to watch
Isn't it?
The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Around Thanksgiving.
Around
Am I correct?
Thanksgiving.
Because
No, I feel you, but it is a Christmas
falls,
It's in the middle.
Well, it's Halloween, Christmas. It falls right there. I think
Right.
it's a good time.
Okay. I
get
like
him.
that logic.
But I mean a movie that is made specifically about
Isn't there
Thanksgiving
one?
and for
Isn't there only
Thanksgiving.
one?
Well, there's Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Yeah, dude, that's my favorite.
There's Home for the Holidays, which sounds like a
Oh,
Christmas
yeah.
movie, but it's actually
You're right.
Thanksgiving.
Does
You're right.
does
I forgot that.
Beethoven not involve Thanksgiving?
That's
I
a
don't
good point.
remember.
I
The one,
swear to God, the
'Cause-
dog like gets the turkey at some point.
somebody just shush.
I was thinking.
Let's say Beethoven.
Hey,
That was a
he
loud,
was
loud
like,
thing.
Stop
Beethoven.
talking about Beethoven.
Bro,
That's more like shush.
so
Like,
get back on the fucking dog movies.
He's gonna fucking cry.
That's an interesting point, though. Because that sounds like, ooh,
That
is
dog's
it not
not
a
alive
Christmas movie and it's Thanksgiving?
Okay.
It might be.
Okay, so
I don't.
Planes,
I haven't
Trains,
seen it
100%.
forever.
there's
And it's the best one.
there's 3 movies, sometimes 4, that I'll watch on or around Thanksgiving. Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Home for the Holidays, Tower Heist
What? For real?
with Ben Stiller.
Matthew Broderick.
Yeah, Matthew Broderick is in it.
Yeah.
Ben Stiller and
Project
Eddie
X.
Murphy, are the full circle.
I know. I was just going to say, like, this is
Yeah.
Matthew Project.
And then I will sometimes watch Paul Blart Mall Cop because it takes place on Black Friday.
Oh, I'm
yeah.
adding that to the list this year.
Okay.
Yes,
I will
good job. I
throw
like that
in
movie anyway.
there.
So if you're getting on that, I like to watch the Black Friday Bungaroo episode of South Park.
Okay.
no.
Did everybody
Good one.
hear that?
Very good one.
Did-
Yeah.
What'd he say?
Don't worry
Well,
about
he's
it.
not on mic, so I want to make sure. Rob
So it don't matter.
said the Black Friday Bundaroo episode of South Park.
No, that's a good point. Yeah, episodes, not
I
just
actually,
movies.
you want to know something? I have a Thanksgiving tradition of every Thanksgiving at night, right before I go to sleep, I will watch the Christmas special of It's Always Sunny.
Okay.
And that kicks
Fuck
off
yeah.
my Christmas season.
Yeah, dude.
So,
I like
yeah.
that.
I
We
should watch
used
that
to,
series.
when we had the
Series.
50, 60 people we would watch, we would put the Grinch, the Jim Carrey Grinch on.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the kids,
It is
like
a great
after
one.
dinner,
Yep.
you put on the Grinch for the kids, and
Kicks
then
off your Christmas season,
that
right?
like one of the few traditions we kind of would do is then a bunch of the guys would go downstairs half cocked and play pool and bet on it, but
And
like
not
So,
put a
I'm
not put a
guessing-
Thanksgiving movie on.
I mean, I'm guessing nobody in here is. I have my Christmas tree up before Thanksgiving's over.
yes,
You have it up
we
now?
do.
Thanksgiving
We
doesn't-
We might.
Thanksgiving
We-
doesn't
so-
start for me, or Christmas
Decorate
doesn't start till after
yeah.
Thanksgiving. For
My
me.
wife likes to
Can't
do
do
it.
it.
I get so mad when people decorate Christmas. Get the fucking turkey. It's day.
Well,
Yeah,
first
Dear
of all,
God.
my wife likes to do it around her birthday.
I gotta have the harvest first.
Yeah.
You know.
My wife likes to do it around her birthday, which is November 12th.
They all like
And on
to
top
do
of
it
that, we're
around their
usually
birthday.
If you're
usually
lucky.
we're out of town like the week before Thanksgiving, so she wants to get it up before Thanksgiving.
Who doesn't
I
want to get
mean,
it up?
we're always trying to get it up.
Man,
You
hey,
gotta love a woman
not
who
as
wants to
easy.
get it up right before Thanksgiving.
you're hitting some sensitive territory right now. My wife had a kid 8 weeks ago. I still haven't had sex yet. All right.
Well, hopefully you get it up by Thanksgiving.
I know your pain.
Oh, Joe, you'll appreciate this.
I know
think-
your pain of that.
I think Matt's the only one that
Uh,
heard this one, so
Yeah.
I'll divulge a little family thing that happened the other day. It was pretty fucking funny.
It wasn't sex.
Ha! Ha!
So my
Sarah,
wife,
this is his idea. I didn't ask.
so my wife and I are going to Florida in a couple of weeks, and we're staying at my parents' house. And my mom, I asked my mother, I said, "Hey, could you do us a favor? One night, could you take the baby and get up with him and feed him so that Sarah and I can just get a good night of sleep?"
Oh fuck yeah.
And my mom says, "Absolutely. I was already planning on doing that. In fact, I was going to do it a couple of nights." I said, "Well, you don't have to do a couple of nights, but we appreciate it." And she goes, "Yeah, you guys need good sleep. And honestly, so you guys can have some sex."
Oh,
Big man mom.
I go, "What?" She goes, "Quietly, it is in our house, but have some sex." I said, "God,
Did you give her a big ass fucking high five? Like,
no." I said, "Mother," I said, "Hey, Ma."
yeah.
did she say the phrase "have
Shout
some
out to
sex"?
you, Mom,
Yes.
because
Yeah.
the dads kick ass in this
could have some
department.
sex.
But it's rare that a mom tries to make sure her son gets
Yeah,
laid.
no
So, shout out to you, Mama
dad's job.
Massarella.
It was very,
Ooh.
it was very stilted. It was very awkward. She's like, "Have some Sex.
There's almost no S. X. She did like the kid segs.
Let's actually review that beer.
I mean,
What do you
I
think?
would love to go
Cups
down the
empty.
line for you guys.
All right.
Or actually, Nate, let's start with you.
We'll start that way and come back.
Oh, this is pretty good. It's got that German toastiness on it that I enjoy. It's also really like amber looking. I can drink a bit of this. What percentage is this beer?
6.
6, I think.
Okay, yeah. I got to
You're
pause.
fi-
I
no,
usually
fi-
don't
it's
drink
5%.
beer under
Oh, okay.
6-ish, so
Where,
this is
as,
that
as
range.
a non-beer drinker, yeah, where do you rank that? Is it
It's fine.
okay?
I'm gonna give this whatever the middle high, whatever
Middle
that
high.
rate. What was that again?
Okay.
It's good, okay.
Strong okay.
Strong okay.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I would drink more of this.
Yeah.
It's good.
Okay.
If it wouldn't kill him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What about
I mean,
you?
fuck,
If
you
you wouldn't
guys-
die.
Oh, yeah, I've had this a lot. This is one of my favorite UCBC beers.
Just for the sake of this show,
This for me
let's
is
hear your rating.
This for me is always going to be a fuck yeah. I like a good dunkel. UCBC, they specialize in German style
More
traditional,
traditional, yeah.
beers, and I love traditional German beers done traditional style,
Especially the Bavarian
especially
hops,
the
man.
Bavarian hops.
Yeah,
with
I will
toasty
say
malt.
Zwickel though is one of my favorites. UCBC only has like 3 or 4 that I really love, but this is probably one of the top 2 because I like a Dunkel a lot. You get a lager, so it's easy drinking, it's light on the belly, but you get all those big bold flavors. There's so much malt on it.
Yeah, it tastes like it shouldn't sit light on your stomach,
Yeah.
but it
Right.
does.
But it's
You
easy,
know?
crisp drinking because it's a lager, man.
What about? So where are you at on that? What's your ranking
It's
on that?
it's an entry fuck yeah because I'm excited every time I get one. Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Okay. Well, Casey,
good for
you
St.
are an
Louis, too.
urban chestnut guy.
So I'm gonna give it a fuck yeah. When I drank it, it made me think I love Amberbach. I love
Right. Yeah.
fucking
There you go.
Amberbach. And it
Bocks are
made
just really good
it
beers.
so much. It's better. It's better than fucking.
It's the
Amberbach.
malt.
It's got to be the malt.
Yeah.
Something is in it that I'm just like.
Because they're using dry and
And
roasted
then when he
malts.
took it, he's like, I want to try it. I was like, fuck you.
Get your own.
I gave mine to Rob.
Get your own.
Get your fucking own, man.
What about you,
But
Greg?
it's so good.
Oh, sorry, Casey. Yeah.
Oh, you're good.
You're
Just
done
wanna
now?
get that-
What about you, Greg? Where are you at?
I give it a strong okay. I wouldn't.
Strong okay.
I like honestly the garage beer.
Yeah.
better. That's a little more.
Yeah,
But I'm not a big beer
I gotta have
drinker
one of those.
again.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but I mean, I gotta give props to a local brewer.
Yeah.
So
The malt is
But-
real big,
but
and it is a little
the
sweet,
maltiness.
too.
I mean, I like a lighter
Honestly,
flavor,
you don't
but
even really taste
I mean,
it.
it's good. I would drink. I would
Yeah.
definitely drink it if someone handed me one. So
And this is
It's
part
a
of
good,
why
it's
this
a
is
good
part of why we
campfire fall
love
beer too.
yeah. Oh,
this
definitely.
is part of why we love introducing people to beers because, like,
Yeah.
if you're not a beer drinker, a lot of people are gonna look at this can and assume they probably would fucking hate it.
Or the color alone might
Right.
make you
Yeah.
think that it's a
Right.
lot heavier than it is.
Right.
You know.
And just like you said, like it looks a lot heavier, like it would sit heavier in your stomach than it actually does.
yeah.
That's,
Craft
I
beer
mean, that was
education
kind of a
friends.
turn off at first, but once you drink
Yeah,
it,
right,
it's
right.
like, okay.
Rob, can you inlay the more you know?
I see Jim looking at me. He wants to know what I think of this
I
beer.
do.
I give it just a straight down the middle okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of expected that from Matt. I know your
Which
No,
is
no,
like
no,
on
no,
a
your
scale of
taste
1 to
at this
10
point.
for me.
You've
The
gotten to
okay
know
is
my
always the
palate.
5-6 range.
yeah.
You've gotten to know my palate at
Yeah.
this point.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And having brought you into the OBOT crew and having you drink more and more beers, it's kind of
It's
where
a-
I thought you would land.
it's
on
a
this.
line drive. It's right down the middle.
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah, I know you're not a big malt guy.
Yeah.
It is pretty malty.
Let me ask you: did you guys bring? Are there other beers that you want to do?
I mean, we can. I just brought some because it was like, let's just all bring some fucking beer.
Yeah,
So I have a
let's-
couple.
I think let's
but
do
I only
one
brought
more.
pints, so
How
whatever
much of
we're
that
tasting
Mexican
is just
lager?
gonna,
There should
we're
be
just
like
gonna have
4
to
of those
split
Mexican
up what I
lagers
have.
left.
Okay. Well, so
We can all
let's-
do that one.
Yeah, grab them 4
But
Mexican.
yeah,
So
I have
here's
I
my
got a
plan.
couple pints.
Here's
but-
my plan. Let's do one more beer while we're distributing. I'll have a question for you guys. We'll kind of go over some stuff. We'll review this last beer. I'll have one more question. We'll kind of wrap up. So we're
Fair
kind of getting to
enough.
that point. So
Yeah.
all right.
Did you have a Thanksgiving movie you could think of? I ask people this every year because
really
it's a small list. Or one that you like.
It is.
Planes, Trains is always my favorite. 100%.
I really don't.
Son-in-Law. Son-in-Law is a Thanksgiving movie. She takes him home for
that a
Thanksgiving
Pauly
break.
Shore movie?
It's around Thanksgiving dinner.
That would probably be my movie then.
Hey, who had money
And-
on us bringing up Pauly Shore twice in this?
That's why I wanted to make sure. As soon as you said in the Army now, I was like,
Matthew Broderick,
ooh,
yeah, Matthew
I know what
Broderick,
I'm
too.
bringing up. And Adam's Family Values, I'm pretty sure, is a Thanksgiving.
Jesus.
Oh, there we go.
That's my
Right.
shit, dude.
All right,
Right.
hold on. I got to interrupt this real quick because I'm playing Matt in fantasy football. A third fucking player on my team has gone out.
Yeah, it was looking grim for me this morning
was it?
until I made some
Keon.
Keon Coleman?
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. I need
Fuck you.
Jordan Allen.
It's like, oh, fuck you, buddy.
You
Good.
got.
Not Keon.
He's got it open. Just sitting there.
I'm just
He's like watching
He
it.
had Keon Coleman, who I'm playing against, and I've got Josh Allen. I'm like, fucking stop throwing him the
I've told you, we've talked about it before. I've never partaken in fantasy leagues because I think I'll go fucking crazy over it. But we've always said, like, we should do it.
Yeah.
We should make it part of the show one year. Like,
Yeah.
we should do
Oh, that'd be
Let's
fun.
do our own little league.
Let me ask before we get into this beer, and let's just kind of do it like a quick. Everybody's kind of already mentioned this, like when I was talking about traditions. But one of my questions was going to be, what is your favorite Thanksgiving food? So
Pie.
the pie, right? Like, I'd have to go pumpkin pie or maybe those sweet potatoes, right? That's me. What about you?
I like the sides, to be honest.
Greg likes it all.
Which
Remember when I said?
sides?
Remember when I said he's very easy to
okay.
please?
Casserole,
Now see,
potatoes.
the family we've
Pick
been
one.
making.
What
your
kind of
green bean
potatoes do y'all
casserole.
do?
I can't.
Yeah, what kind of potato dish do you guys do? Because I've been
We do like
so
a
many
hash brown
different-
casserole.
Yeah.
And then we'll
like
do
that shit a lot.
the yams, sweet
Yeah.
potatoes,
Yeah.
Yeah, because
But
I've been to
I
people's
actually
houses where
prefer-
it's mashed potatoes, scalloped potatoes, the hash brown casserole. I've had
Hash
so
brown
many
casserole,
different
man.
ones.
Okay, that
right.
probably kills it for me.
Is that the one?
Yeah.
Hash brown? Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
dude.
gonna be the one.
Casserole. Okay, the potatoes.
Yeah.
Especially when it's like a grandma recipe or some shit.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, so good.
I'm gonna say pumpkin pie. You gotta. We'll narrow it down to one. So I'll say the pumpkin
One.
pie. You got
Hash
taters,
I'm gonna say green bean casserole.
green bean casserole. Joe, what you got?
Yeah, the sides are so signature. But for me, if I don't have pecan pie, it's not fucking
That's it.
Thanksgiving.
Another
It's
pie
just
guy.
not.
What about you?
If I have
Gravy.
You take the white and the brown and mix it together.
Just drink it out of a
whole
fucking sports
boat.
bottle.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, 2 gravy boats.
Banana boat.
Can we just have a whole podcast of you and I just roasting each other?
That would be pretty fun.
Can we
Isn't
make
that
a
just
video
Kill
of
Tony?
you downing some gravy, Steve Austin style, and use it for promo?
I mean, I once drank a whole bottle of fucking maple syrup, Super Trooper style, and then I drank a live goldfish
Jesus.
to,
All right.
to
Brooklyn
wash it
Nine-Nine
down.
on that
Remember
bitch.
you and Alex just fucking swigging the maple syrup at Hot Shots?
For our fucking maple syrup, what was the fucking shot?
Alex brought out whatever maple syrup because they had Labatt's and he was trying to get them to make some Canadian
It was like
shot he
Labatt's.
found online. Whatever, they wouldn't do it, so they just had a thing of maple syrup. I show up and these fuckers are just passing it back and forth, just swigging out the bottle.
Well,
By the way, Alex isn't fat either. That's kind of what's funny about that part.
maple syrup and goldfish aside, what's your favorite?
If I'm making the turkey, if I'm doing my smoked turkey, it's my turkey.
It's the turkey. The
If
turkey's the
not-
star for you. Okay.
If it's not my smoked turkey, which is not my recipe, a friend gave it to me, by the way, so I don't want to
Okay.
take full credit. If it's not my smoked turkey, though, it's stuffing.
How often do you make the
Just
turkey?
that oyster
I've made it
stuffing.
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
So that's like a new thing.
Yeah.
That's like the new tradition.
Mom had
I feel
cancer.
you.
COVID happened. I told her I was going to fucking take over.
feel you,
We're no
bro.
longer
Yeah.
doing 50, 60 people. We're doing small Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
So
I took over a turkey too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My
fuck yeah,
my mom
bro.
has cancer too. Would you say one of your favorite Thanksgiving memories is your mom not having cancer?
I mean, honestly, she's clear of cancer. How about your mom?
Yeah, it's in remission.
Hey.
Cheers to Ramesh.
Hey.
Cheers to
To the
Ramesh.
moms.
Cheers to
Hey, here's to having both our parents. I mean,
Hey,
Oh, my dad's dead. Nate,
everybody still got
I
mom?
lost. Hey, it's
This
okay.
did turn
I
into
lost
a Kill
Gam-
Tony
I-
episode.
It's okay. I lost Gam Gam the other
Can I
day.
try my drink yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does everybody still have
No,
mom?
we're cheersing.
Hold on,
so-
Nate hasn't told us his
Hold on,
favorite
let Nate-
Thanksgiving
hold on.
food.
Nate's still on the
He's getting
sideline.
What's your favorite Thanksgiving food?
Hurry up.
Oh,
He
it's
needs a
gonna
beer.
be- Yeah, right? It's going to be stuffing. Stuffing is...
He's going
Yeah,
stuffing.
we
too.
talked
Hey,
about
stuffing's a
stuffing.
solid
Oyster
pick.
stuffing.
Rob,
Dude,
Rob
I
Rob
sent
said
it, dude,
said
the
stuffing
oyster
as
stuffing
well.
from scratch.
Alright.
It's like
That oyster
anybody who
stuffing-
hasn't tried it, they
you
don't
wanna-
fucking know, man.
What's
There's not
It
much
seems weird, but
info
dude,
on there.
I'm
If
telling
you
you.
want to
With
introduce that beer,
oysters?
you are
They're
an
just small. It's
Obanos.
real small.
No,
So-
It's not like having a
oyster
whole.
So what we have,
I would kill it, man. I love it.
I demand silence on the floor.
You need a gavel.
So what was this? Madre's Mexican lager?
Yeah.
So okay.
From Mother's Brewing.
Mother's in the Springfield area, I believe.
Mother truck.
I believe. Am I right?
Yeah, you're correct.
Oh, you need a
Well
little-
made. Well made in Springfield.
This past year, I've really tried to put an effort into learning more of our breweries, their regions,
Yeah.
where they're from, and get more specific with
Like
it.
I know
Especially the
Logboat
people
is
that we haven't
Columbia.
met any owners
Yeah.
yet. Because then it's like, okay, well, if we've met them, it's easier to remember. If I haven't met you yet, it's like, I want to make sure I know what I'm talking about.
Is that what it says?
And I want to know, my market.
So I'll start
Enjoy-
off on
oh,
this
enjoy
beer.
it
This
with
is a Mexican lager. And I think, Joe, we have actually had this
drink
one
it?
before.
Maybe.
And I
you
think
can-
my
okay.
thought was the same thing as last time. Or maybe it was a different Mexican lager that we tried out of a can. It's good, it's malty, it's light.
It's a little
my
malt,
only
yeah.
problem with
I really
it
love the malt.
is that most Mexican lagers are in a clear bottle for a reason.
Yeah.
Light alters the flavor of a beer.
Right.
And part of what it does is it skunks it a little bit. You try Modelo, you try Corona. A lot of Mexican beers are in a clear bottle for a specific
That's
reason.
why the Dos Equis is even, like,
Yeah,
the two
the
different
green-
lagers.
Yeah.
The green bottle, it's not a dark one. It's
Right.
still so light
So
comes through.
light comes through.
And that's why the Negro
These
is in a
Mexican
dark
lagers-
bottle.
So, what about that one?
So that there's no light really penetrating.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So these Mexican lagers, when they come in a can,
There's a flavor profile.
there's a
you're
flavor
missing.
profile that you're missing because it doesn't get skunked at all.
I am gonna say I'm gonna jump right into my rating. It's an okay.
Hey, it's good
Yeah.
to stew.
It's an okay.
Yeah.
Now, in a frosty glass with a slice of lime,
Okay.
you know what I mean? It might push it up a little bit for me.
Yeah.
But just taking this drink straight out of the can. Rob, do you want some of this?
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm still working on the hoopty and the.
Yeah, I didn't ask you about that.
What percentage?
We don't
is
care
this?
about your other
Yeah,
shit.
go ahead and stay over there. Stay off
It
mic.
should be light. It should be around 5.
Yeah, it's probably
It should be light.
Probably around 5.
What are you thinking, Greg?
You
What
can
are you?
have a
Where are you
sip,
at?
Rob.
Where you at?
4%.
4%.
Okay, even lighter.
Damn, it's
I'm
low.
okay.
Hey, well, it's really good flavor for that
Here's-
light.
It's
Here,
really
you
good
got it?
flavor
You
for
give it to
that.
him.
That
I
low.
want to know what he wants. What he thinks
sharing.
about it. Yeah.
Did we get
you
Greg's
guys
thoughts?
might have missed it. Yeah, Greg said he's just an okay. There.
That's
I'm okay.
that's
It's
fair.
okay.
That's a fair assessment.
Now,
actually.
drinkable.
now,
It's
let me,
not
now
bad
let
at
me
all.
ask you this: as a guy that doesn't really care for beer much, what are your thoughts on something like a Corona or a Modelo or a Dos Equis?
I've never had Dos Equis or Modelo. The only thing
man.
I've had was a Corona.
Okay.
Let's do a Mexican beer
But,
episode. We're going to turn you
Love
on,
to.
bro.
Some Pacifico,
Like,
some Victoria.
When we go down to Florida,
Yeah.
like Dad will usually get like a Mexican beer, like a Modelo or something, and like just that kind of beachy
Yeah, man.
vibe. So like I used to always get like a 6-pack of Corona when we were in Florida, and sitting on a beach drinking.
Easy
Corona.
drinking.
You put
Yeah,
that
just,
lime wedge in
They're
it,
crisp.
right?
They're
yeah.
light.
You
but,
do, and this
you
even
know,
says on the rim, enjoy with a
Corona.
lime.
Yeah,
Right,
so
right.
I'm a little disappointed you guys didn't cut up some limes and bring them with you.
Go fuck
The
yourself.
thing with Corona is like, I don't know. I feel like you can even drink Corona without one.
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can.
I don't think it really like complements as much as people act like it does. It's really just that Mexican people in general, it kind of doesn't matter what beer. Put
do you think you
citrus
can
and
speak for
Tajín
all?
Yeah.
cit- I mean, dude, have you watched how Mexicans drink?
How many Mexican friends you got?
It doesn't matter what beer it is,
lot.
bro. Like beer salt or some lemon, some lime, some
looking
Tajín
at
goes on
that.
like any beer.
sorry.
So I think that's kind of what makes it trendy. But like with Modelo, I think there's a bigger flavor difference when you drop the lime in versus
Yeah.
like a Corona. It actually complements
Well,
it more.
you
That's
also-
my thing with these brews is like, this is not a bad beer. There's nothing bad about this beer.
No.
There's nothing about this beer that makes me want to throw lime in it and have tacos. So I don't know how much of an actual like
mean, I
Mexican
throw
lager
And that's
really is.
and that is where I have issue with this beer is you don't get that vibe. You crack open whether it's a Pacifico, a Corona, a Modelo, you crack open that beer and you do get these
You want
certain
street
vibes.
tacos, man.
You want street
You want
tacos.
salsa and
You
street
want to sit on a
tacos.
beach. You want to have that summer vibe.
This is like good Midwest malty.
Yeah.
Where do you-
And I
It's a
think
little,
it's
it's
that
a little too
skunkiness.
malty.
That's what I was just
kinda,
saying. I think
yeah.
it's the malt. Really,
Okay,
that,
so-
like it doesn't really hit exactly what you want in a Mexican lager. But aside from categorizing it as a Mexican lager, it's not a bad beer.
No, it's not a bad beer,
right.
but for being a Mexican beer, I think it's missing that skunkiness. That's,
I'll give you that.
You know.
Casey, where do you rank it?
I'm gonna give it a solid okay,
Okay.
just because
It's very drinkable.
You're racist.
it's
I was waiting for it.
Wait, hold on.
No.
Hold on. Did you see his mustache on our last couple episodes?
I know. That's why.
Okay.
And he already told me, he's like, I got family in Texas. That's why I said it. I wasn't gonna say it to the second whitest guy in the room.
The man
You
looks.
said to the darkest fucking guy in the room.
No, it's me and you. It's me and you.
And trust me, it's us.
We're not
We're
talking
the
about.
whitest guys.
The lighting makes
We're
it
not
hard for me
talking
to
about
see.
the fucking sunburn. So we're talking about the fucking dark guys.
Joe and Jim, based on everything you guys just said, I'm gonna assume you guys are both at an okay on this as well.
Yeah, because it's not a bad beer.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I've been crushing it.
Like I wanted to say,
But-
it's a solid okay because there are so many good Mexican beers.
Yeah.
man.
But for it being
and for commercial
like
beers,
Being
somewhat
like a
local-
first time, a local,
Right.
Yeah.
it's like it's good, but it's not the best that I could go to the store for a Mexican beer.
Yeah.
Nate, what do you think?
I mean, pretty good for local stuff. I'm enjoying this one. It's 4%. It's a little weak for what I'd normally go for. I kind of like beers with a little oomph to them, but I would drink some. Yeah, especially if I was eating. You mentioned Mexican food. I'd still eat this with, tacos and stuff like that. I think it complements.
Pair
well.
anything with a taco.
So I'm gonna go
pink taco.
probably
Chocolate
like
milk.
mid, like right at 5 out of 10. It's pretty solid.
Yeah.
Straight down
Right,
the middle.
straight down the
line
middle.
Drive.
Line drive.
Line drive.
Enchilada.
Since we're
It's a
on
line
Nate,
drive. Okay, that's gonna be a new phrase.
Line
Line
drive.
drive.
Line
Okay.
Glad I could.
It's as center down the line
as
as it could be.
Right.
Since we're on Nate, let me start with.
God
I'm
damn it.
gonna have two questions for you guys.
All right.
It's the same
AJ
question,
Brown went down.
two versions of the same question, essentially. Nate? What are you thankful for? And since this is a Thanksgiving episode, that's what I want to end with. And I want to start with saying, since this is Culture Copia, we talk about pop culture and that kind of thing. So within the realm of pop culture, let's start with that. What are you thankful for? And I know that's an
I am
interesting
thankful
question, but
for this show. I actually enjoy hanging out with you guys and drinking beers and shooting the shit about pop culture. Currently, that's my favorite thing because I don't follow
Salute.
a shitload of pop culture. But to come in
But it
here
helps.
and
Cheers.
yeah.
kick it,
Absolutely.
have some
Gin.
fun, I'm going with that.
In general, what are you thankful for?
General?
Yeah.
Man, I just like being alive. I'm a very thankful person.
Yeah.
I wake up in the morning
The
and it's
second
like,
easiest person to please.
That's a solid
It's
answer. Solid answer.
it's real.
Solid as my
Jim.
rock.
Jim, same question. In the
Oh,
realm
real
of
quick,
pop,
let me just say that made me feel like a horrible person because I make jokes at work all the time about killing myself. So.
in the realm. You see how I'm not affected by that?
Yeah, because I work with you. You hear the jokes daily.
In the realm of pop culture, what are you thankful for?
Pop culture.
Michael Keaton.
All right.
You're not wrong. I am always thankful for Michael Keaton.
I'll give you that.
Good answer. Good answer.
I will say,
Good answer.
in the vein,
Good
you know what?
answer.
In the vein of Michael Keaton, I am thankful
Show
for
me Michael Keaton.
Harrison Ford,
Okay.
but I'm terrified because the day's coming soon.
Don't say that.
Maybe not.
no.
as soon,
Stop
but
it.
it'll be there. It'll be
Yeah.
there. In general, what are you thankful for? That's
In
the real
general,
question.
I mean, if you want to get serious and sappy about it, I just had a son. He's 8 weeks old.
Absolutely.
That's what the fuck
That's
I'm
the
thankful
only
for.
answer you could fucking possibly say.
I was already
Didn't
thinking.
say that, you fucking scum.
I had already been thinking it'll be hilarious if you
I
say
don't know
anything
if
but
we
your
could be
son.
friends if you didn't say that.
I'm
He just
also
said- he just goes, I'm thankful for this beer right here, and that's.
I'm also thankful
I'm
for
thankful for the fucking time I gotta wear.
I'm also thankful for my mother
Not being
wanting to make time
having
for my
cancer.
wife and I to have sex.
There you go. There you go.
I want to thank my wingman, my mother.
Since Rob piped up, I don't want to exclude him. He's not on mic, but I do want to ask you the same question. In pop culture, what are you thankful for, Rob?
Oh,
I know it's a hard
It
question.
is in pop culture.
He said Andy Dick.
I'm thankful for,
No, he just said
Kevin Spacey?
and dick.
Oh,
Oh, and Dick. That's what I heard.
I'm thankful for the
Harvey Weinstein.
comic book to film adaptation.
Comic book to film adaptations. That is a solid pick. And in general,
we
what
haven't
are
had
you
the strongest
thankful
year for him.
You know,
We
all
haven't
I
had the
think
strongest
about
couple
how
of years.
And just spending time with, like, this episode has been so fucking fun.
this has been fun.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
it
like,
has.
So like this right here.
Doing something you
You're
love.
gonna make me
Yeah,
cry.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Rob.
I want to tell one more quick joke story that you all appreciate because I said the mom sex thing.
My
mother also. My mother.
You know what I heard? I heard I want to.
Everybody likes mom sex.
I heard I want to dominate the fucking microphone right now. No, go ahead.
You will no, because you'll all appreciate this, and it just popped into my head because I've been the mom giving us time for sex has freaked me out until and everybody's like, no, motherfucker, be grateful your mother is all right. Yeah. So I'm trying to get over that, but I will also tell you that my mother happens to know one of my sexual preferences.
Yes, this is true. You have told me this.
I have told you this before, that my mother was out of town years ago, probably 10, 12, 15 years ago.
Yeah.
And she called me drunk, or she'd been drinking. She goes, wow, what are you up to? I go, well, I'm getting ready for a date, met a girl at opening day. And my mom goes, let me guess, huge tits. And all of her friends in the background go, Jan, you can't say that to your son. And she pulls the phone away. You can tell she pulled the phone away from her face. She goes, what? I know what my son's into, and it's big boobs. And she puts the phone back to her face. She goes, well, and I go, Triple D.
Yeah. Horrifying. Of course.
Joe.
That's horrifying.
But you got to think about this. It's not hard to pick up on it when every girl I ever brought home had huge cannons.
Yeah.
It's not like my mother.
And now that your mother's out there, it's really probably hard to get hard on for it.
It's not like my mom knows. It's not like my mother knows that I like to get burned with a cigarette and told that I'm a piece of shit while a ball gag is in my mouth. That'd be a little weird.
Well, if she
she knows now.
If she listens to this podcast, she definitely knows now.
Wait a minute. Don't talk about my fantasies.
Joe, in the realm of pop culture, what are you thankful for?
Keaton
Michael
is absolutely
Keaton,
an answer.
that was your answer.
I was fucking spasmatic last year to see the Flashpoint and see
great.
Keaton as Batman on
Truth.
screen. I was the loudest person in the theater. It's stupid.
Yeah. Can I ask
and then
you?
I expected that Beetlejuice was going to make me pretty disappointed, and I really liked it.
I finally watched it. It was great.
The first one's, of course, classic and better.
Yes,
but
it was great.
Beetlejuice
was amazing.
I was glad that I went and saw it in the theater too.
Yeah.
And he's still going strong. Can I ask you, have you seen Birdman?
Yeah, oh dude, so
excellent
good.
fucking movie.
So good. I'm a Keaton
like
fan.
a very
so good.
artistic movie.
The only special mention I want to give off of that, though, I'm very thankful for Kill Tony because I'm a big comedy fan and I've been watching for a while. And it's blown the fuck up in the last year, and it's great to see.
Yeah, it has.
It's great to see.
Yeah.
That's a good one. In general, what are you? Thanks for keeping me on track.
My big thing every year with Thanksgiving is just everybody that gets to be together. Like, we should just be glad that we're here, especially anybody that's there that hasn't suffered a terrible loss recently, because everybody's losing people every year, every day. There's people that are going, and if we can all be in the same area and like you got your parents, you got your kids, you know, you have the closest people around you are still there. It's always worth being thankful for, and we don't pay attention enough.
I will say real quick that Joe does epitomizes that statement right there because he every year hosts Friendsgiving.
Yeah, buddy.
Okay.
We're going on BG10 this year.
I don't. In case people can't hear that, since Rob's not on mic, he said that Joe epitomizes that statement because he hosts Friendsgiving every
Friendsgiving,
year. So.
10 years strong, buddy.
10 years of Friendsgiving. So
I need details on that.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be the 30th.
We'll
get putting it together.
Casey, in the realm of pop culture, what are you thankful for? I'm assuming girl on girl.
Two chicks at the same time,
Yeah,
man.
two chicks at the same time.
That's
Feather me,
that's $1 million question.
Nub rubbing, rug bumping. No, what do you think?
Feather me,
Pop
third
culture
Pop
realm.
culture realm. I'm gonna just say, basically any. I don't know. Like lately, I've just been watching reruns of Cheers and just
Nice.
Hey, you know what?
I love a good throwbacks.
Hey, honestly, to that, because I was thinking this morning. I was thinking this morning about since I knew we were going to talk about beer in pop culture, and I was like, dude, Cheers is honestly one of the best that I can.
It is
honestly, and the fact that they've added to so many streaming and all of it from beginning to end, I can literally be like, fuck, dude, I can not talk to my family for a second and watch all these fucking episodes.
So you're thankful for not talking to your family. So in general,
I'm thankful for my family.
Thankful for Taylor Swift keeping the Kelsey brothers relevant.
First off, Jason can do it before. Jason's is first off, Jason.
What?
Okay. Jason Kelsey, let's talk about that. That's the
Jesus Christ!
No, we could do.
I think I hit him right in the button.
Casey could fill an entire episode of talking about
Let's
Jason
talk
Kelsey.
about Jason Kelsey for a second.
No, it's not going to be a second.
Okay, I'll minimum it down to 1 minute.
No, that's going to be a Patreon episode.
Let's talk.
Casey on Kelsey.
Jason on Kelsey brothers.
We'll get back to that.
I'll get
later.
both. I'll take both the brothers.
We'll do.
Spit roast
I'll
to
get a-
Kelsey.
Spit roasted by Kelsey.
We're
As long
going
as they win next Super Bowl.
I want 2 Super Bowls in my face.
You know what I want? You know what I want? I want a new segment on our show called Casey on Kelsey, where he just talks about the Kelsey brothers.
Okay.
We're gonna do this.
Shit, honestly, if this gets popular, hopefully their podcast says, "Hey, let's join."
You do it at the end.
I
I've
will
already had a
jump on
few.
this shit.
It's
Let
really
him
hard.
drunk rant and just edit it all together.
It's really hard to make me uncomfortable, but I want 2 Super Bowls on my face.
Okay.
And leave your
Craig,
socks on.
2 hairy bears.
What?
Within the realm of pop culture, what are you thankful for?
I'm
Ninja
thankful-
Turtles?
Fuck yes.
Always, but I'll have to say I'm thankful that ICP put on one hell of a kick-ass show.
You did see ICP recently. Yes.
Dude, they still got it.
Did you? Did you get
go.
drenched in Fago?
I got soaked in Fago,
Yes.
and
You
dude, they
went home
killed it.
sticky and
I did.
confused.
As
a night,
always.
like a night at a Diddy party.
That's a Tuesday night for me.
It's a very
Spit
special
roasted by 2
bukkake.
Kelseys.
Woke up the next morning, boner and everything.
And in general, what are you thankful?
In general, I'll tell you what, I thank God every single day for the people that are in my life. Family, you guys, friends, everybody.
Fago.
I'm always thankful
Greg,
for
you're
that.
amazing.
All right, can we shut the camera off? I gotta make a.
What about my turn?
Hey,
We don't care about that.
hey, Matt.
Yeah.
Can I ask?
What is? Or go ahead, Jim.
I was, hey, Rob was gonna ask you, but I figured with the microphone.
Can I get another beer?
What in pop culture are you thankful for, Matt?
Okay, I came up with this question.
And that's been a great episode. Thank you.
I came up with this question this morning to ask you guys. That's why I texted you all to prepare for it, because it's an off-the-wall question. And the reason I came up with this is because I had this thought this morning, and I thought, I knew I wanted to ask you guys what you're thankful for, but in pop culture in general, I thought I do have something I'm thankful for, and it's the fact that movie theaters have not died yet.
Oh, you know what?
They've kind of made a comeback, dude.
Yeah.
Post-COVID, they really have.
Hey,
I am a big, everybody who knows me and anybody who listens or watches the show knows I am a huge fucking movie guy. And that is one of my favorite things. Like, if there's something I want to see and it's a good movie, I want to experience it in the theater.
And
You know
some
what?
movies are just so
Crazy
different
enough
off
is-
the big screen, you
Yes.
know?
Yeah.
crazy
Absolutely.
enough that even drive-through movie theaters are making a comeback.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
And you know
Right.
what? That's going to be awesome seeing
That's-
a lot more of those fuckers.
That's the shit,
Yeah.
dude. I was just talking about drive-ins the other day because I'm like, one
Good
of my
answer.
coolest film
Good
moments
answer.
ever as
Show
a kid
me
was
movie
seeing
theaters.
Jurassic Park at the drive-in. I'm like,
Right.
children don't get experiences like that. I'm like,
No,
so
absolutely.
happy I got to have that.
Yeah.
I got to see Grease
With-
at a drive-in.
So Matt,
It was fucking amazing.
so Matt, on that note, what in general
Oh shit.
are you thankful for?
Honestly, I mean,
Two
it's
nuts.
gonna seem very generic, but just like Greg said, my family and friends and everyone in my life, and just keeping. I don't know, dude. Like anytime, and we all go through hardships, and then just knowing that you have somebody there, and whether it's you guys, whether it's my wife and kids, my family, just having people in my life. Not my dad anymore.
He's still with
Wow.
you. He's still with you.
Having those people in your life now since your dad's passed means so much more. That's the way it was with me. Like when I lost my mom, just
Right.
having those friends and family that are still there.
Yeah.
Means so much more to me now than they did.
Well, you
Correct.
lost so much.
Yes.
It's
Different
good to know
level.
that you still have
since Rob's
so
not
much
on mic
with
and nobody could hear what he just said, he just farted. That was all that was.
It was very rude.
I haven't lost any
yeah.
of my parents, but being adopted, like family, always
Yeah.
meant something different to
Absolutely.
me than most other people. And it's one of those
Yeah.
things where people always told me, they're like, "No, man, I understand what you're saying." I'm like, kinda, but I don't think you fucking do, because like, I have no blood. I don't know my blood.
Yeah.
I've had to choose who becomes family. So
Yeah,
like when
see?
you lose people,
That makes it
and you
better, though.
add
Yeah.
people to, absolutely it does. But also I want to note that none of the Slaven fucks in this room, anybody said, I'm thankful for my health.
Because we all look like shit, buddy.
That's I called them Slaven fucks.
It's not like anybody is working on themselves right now.
Right.
I have a
Working on this
question.
fucking
I
buzz, baby.
thought about going for a walk yesterday.
Well, it's the thought that counts.
Hey,
Thoughts that
hey,
count.
I walk my dog every day. I just take 1 or 2 beers with me sometimes.
Right.
That's all.
Yeah, I walk my dog out the back door.
Right.
We go walking around the park, and I'm that guy with the tall boy in my hand while I'm
I
walking
do
my
want to
dog.
say cheers.
Hey, cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you guys so much, Jim and Joe. Thank you for joining
Yeah,
us
man.
on this. This was so much
Super
fucking
fun. Super
Any
fun.
given Sunday.
Any given Sunday. Nate, welcome back.
Mention that.
Casey, welcome officially to the show. Since Nate's here, that's going to be our full fucking cast now. It's gonna
Full
be
panel?
me. Yeah, me.
Oh, we're keeping them?
No, these guys, no,
No,
these
not him.
guys-
Casey. We're
Casey,
keeping
no, Casey's staying. Casey's staying.
Oh.
Yeah.
Joe and I got our own podcast. We
Yeah,
don't need
these
your
guys.
fucking podcast.
So we got 2 other crossovers we're doing. We're doing
it
a
looks
Mexican
like
beer
Greg wants to
episode and a
trade.
gluten-free episode.
And then I got a podcast with him and
Yeah.
we're all
We got a
fucking
couple more
involved.
episodes planned. Think about it. We
It's a
got
big
a
orgy
I
of
just get a call and say,
podcasts
hey,
here.
show up to Rob's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and a Mexican beer episode.
That's true. Yeah, Casey.
I mean,
just
honestly,
gets ordered
there could be a weekend where Joe and I can sit in the corner and jerk off, wait for you guys to finish one episode, and then we'll film our episode. You know, we can do whatever.
Well, wait.
you
You,
know, that
think I
sounds
can do
good.
that and not, like, join? Like, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
Oh no, we'll do
I'm
it.
just gonna watch.
No, this gay fuck.
We're gonna do it in full view of you guys, so you're just seeing it all.
The whole time we're
Great.
distracted.
Fucking
Just
me.
like,
You-
Podcast hard.
Essentially.
so yeah, that new
It's like
Beetlejuice
Game of
movie
Thrones,
had a
like,
big
first guy who
penis
gets
in it.
the
Sure.
We're gonna have the Kelsey brothers on one of the screens just to make it worse.
Oh, please, dude.
Yeah, I don't think we've seen the last of these 6 guys together.
No.
Thank you guys again so much. Thank you everyone for listening and watching. Please like, subscribe, check out One Beer at a Time. They're great guys and a great fucking show. And please tell your friends about it, and tell your friends about Culture Copia while you're at it. So.
And go check out Rambo episode of Play for Blood. Get it to
check out our
20,000.
Play for
Keep it
Blood
going.
series. the Sylvester Stallone episode might be the that's that's a
Let
greatest
it go
thing I've
on.
ever done in our
Hey,
entire life.
Nothing's finished.
Hey, if I die tomorrow, I was on one episode of a podcast that got 10,000 views.
Let's just say it this way.
Wonder what it's at right
Stallone
now.
is better than Arnold.
I can't. You know what? He's winning that bet. He's winning that bet. All right. On that note, we're
We'll be
out
right
here.
back.
Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. We love you all.
That's not Jerry.
Tupac lives.
Whoop, whoop.